I want all of you fucking marks out there to always keep it kinky.
Pump, 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 pump it up.
Wow.
This is the Free Bird Rules podcast, you fucking marks. My boys, according to Twitch, it's been 5 months. Does it feel like it's been 5 months? Because I feel like it has been 5 months.
A little bit.
I feel like it's been a long fucking time since we talked about some wrestling.
Been a grip.
Or anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we've talked off stream a bunch of times because we've
day,
kept up with our predictions
every day.
we've kept up with our predictions, so we are not falling off of our predictions at all. But we wanted to come back and talk some wrestling on the Twitch verse and the YouTube verse, and we are live right now. We'll be live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time because I feel like we talked to a worldwide audience. I want people to know that we're on Eastern time over here.
Mm-hmm.
Ham's in New York, Colin's in Florida, I'm in Virginia. And our new co-host.
We got a newbie. We got a rookie.
We have a new co-host, everybody. We have a new running mate. We have new people joining us as if three wasn't enough.
A new colleague.
New colleague. How would you describe her, Con?
A woman of many talents, a woman of many hats.
I don't know how to take that.
Opportunity to make it. If you took it anything past that, then I don't know what to tell you.
That's true.
I'm here to pot about wrestling. That's it.
That's true. We're here for business, strictly business here. You said what, Hambo?
Diversity hire.
There's diversity. It's a different dynamic. I think it's a deeper level. I think what we have with our new co-host is definitely something that I haven't seen with a lot of wrestling podcasts. A woman. There's a woman here.
I'm down.
Please welcome Sheila.
The personality hire.
Yeah.
The personality hire.
Y'all needed me.
Our show just got so controversial. It got so controversial.
Yeah, hi, everybody.
Just lost half the viewers.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Gained 300 more.
Yeah, man.
Women don't know about wrestling.
Yeah, bro. This is some edgy shit right
Well,
here.
in this case, they'd be right.
Sheila isn't exactly here for the wrestling conversation. She will chime in, but as far as being a fan, she's not quite as much as a fan as we are week to week. We told her that's okay. That's not really what we're here to do anyway. We're here to do all types of things. We just happen to speak most about wrestling. What's up, Hambo?
I got a question about that.
Okay.
So now that we're back, what are we going to do when we get to March Madrip? Is it just going to be us three and she can just add her because we need a tiebreaker in case?
You're right. We do. And I was thinking about the same thing about the brackets. Like, how do we, if there is a tie, what do we do? I don't know. Do we phone a friend?
I think we always get a guess for the brackets.
We do most of the time get a big guess for the bracket.
I think we should just always just call in a guess for a bracket.
Well, we're supposed to do bracket today because we're supposed to pick up on the candy because 5 months ago we drafted candy and we never touched the brackets.
Oh, god damn.
I wasn't a part of that, so it would be the three of you guys to go ahead and vote in however you need to. I didn't have my candy put in there.
That's true. She did not draft, so maybe she just is kind of like she chimes in and says what she is, but it really the voting is for this time around. And then the next bracket we do, Sheila will definitely draft, and then her vote will actually.
Yeah, I'm here for commentary.
So women can't vote yet in on this podcast. That's fine. We'll figure that out.
5 minutes and 6 seconds in. It's a new record.
Yes.
Good job.
Listen, They can't vote yet, right? But
Yes.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we're pretty progressive men. We're at least giving them a voice here, right?
I do. Yeah, I do want to hear your opinion on the candy, but you don't get to dictate what happens with the candy. That's all. So
9 minutes in, bro. 9 minutes in.
Wow.
Technically, we didn't go live at 6 a.m., so I'd say we're about 7 minutes in.
Yeah.
So it didn't take long.
where do we want to start, y'all? Do we want to start with the candy? Do we want to start with some headlines? What do we want to do?
Clearly, we're starting with hate.
Make a
That's where we're
disclaimer
starting.
We're starting with hate. We definitely started with hate. So where do we want to go from hate?
Let's get the candy out the way. Let's
do candy. All right,
Yeah,
let's do some candy. Let me find the candy real quick.
Do we need to do a disclaimer though that was just jokes? If you're watching this, you ought to know.
No. That's just fucking ridiculous. Oh,
I think at this point,
Yeah, we're gonna cuss.
can we cuss? Yeah, fuck yeah, you can cuss.
Fuck yeah, you can cuss. All right, I just want to make
Cuss
sure.
the shit
We
out of
really
me.
don't care. All right, cool.
Yeah, no, you can absolutely cuss. All right.
Cool.
So
Bring people back into this, Nick.
what's that?
Bring people back into this.
Listen, I want people to be here, man. There's some comments going on. DJ Willie show laughed aloud at something. Probably when I said that women can't vote.
What the fuck is so funny?
Show that's on DJ more than me. I didn't.
So funny, DJ Willie.
Yeah, that's on DJ more than me. Shout out to DJ Willie show for laughing at women's suffrage.
Wow.
That happened. That happened.
Women's
Did it
rights
not
is
happen?
funny to DJ Willie.
Yeah. No, I don't know about that, DJ.
I don't find women's rights so funny, DJ Willie.
I don't either.
You could almost say that I'm an ally, DJ Willie.
We gotta, hey, producer man, we gotta figure something out too. So where the comments we bring them up, it's not blocking anything.
Yeah.
We'll go to the other side.
So I can do this.
Move the logo to the
Let's
other
just
side. Our box is to the other side.
now block Sheila. Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, that'll work.
That's
As
absolutely
long as my face is on the screen, then I'm okay.
You are the money maker right there. If we block Cambone's face, no, and everyone's gonna tune out.
Oh my god.
So I don't want to do that. I do. We gotta find. I think I'm gonna switch this layout to maybe move this the main thing down and put us up top, and that way it won't block us so much. I think I'll do that next episode. I didn't get a chance to do that this time around.
Why not?
Because I'm a busy person. As you block the women in general.
Oh, now he's pandering. Boo! We got pander.
Don't pander, DJ Willie show. Don't pander. Can't pander on this episode. All right, so to remind everyone what happened, I don't have the draft on me, but I do have the bracket. So this is the complete bracket that we came from our draft picks. I'm not sure where the draft picks are, like written down somewhere. I'm sure I can find them in my notebook. But I feel like I remember the ones that I picked. Like I think Hershey's was a buy, right?
I couldn't tell you, bro.
Yes.
I do not remember.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. 5 months. 5 months was a long time ago. It feels like 2 years, really. A lot happened.
I'm glad I'm not voting.
Embodying
These are
5
terrible.
years, 2 years.
These are terrible.
I'm really happy I'm not voting. This is a terrible list of candy.
Terrible
I'm
as
just saying.
in it's bad, or like it's hard for you to have
Yeah, I
to
don't understand
choose.
what you mean by that.
No, I'm a chocolate head, so like I don't really see
There's
too
some
much
chocolate.
of
That's
the
just
good
Lindor.
stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What amount?
I'm seeing.
No,
You love
mini M&Ms,
4 choices on here. 5
Skittles.
choices if you
She's
consider
a
it.
Lindor. She's a Lindor gal.
There's
I am a Lindor.
She should be.
Lindor is the best choice. We're gonna figure this out though. So let's just begin with there's more. I forgot there's more. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
On the side of this. This track.
See, look at all that,
Werther's.
look at all that chocolate.
What are you,
There's a lot of
70?
chocolate. Who's 70?
You.
You know I'm 70. A and B.
Werther's?
What are you bringing? Yeah, Werther. That was definitely one of my draft picks.
Oh,
I know
know.
for a fact the boys did not
I
pick
know.
Werther's.
Nah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did.
it was definitely me. I love me some Werther's. There used to be a bowl of Werther's on this desk somewhere. I don't know where
Yeah,
it
we
went.
don't candy shame. We're not candy shaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just
That's
keep
ageism.
asking
I
why.
apologize.
All right, let's just start with the beginning.
Oh, we did put Lindor in there.
Oh yeah, Lindor definitely made it. One of y'all drafted it for sure.
Since Sheila's opinion in this one does not make a difference, why not let her talk about what she would choose first, and then we go into our choices.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Get what doesn't matter out the way. Sheila, what's up?
Right. Gotcha.
What do you think, Sheila?
The Lindor coconut ones, hands down, are the best one. The best one.
Coconut.
And
I don't know if I've had the coconut one.
Oh,
it's the white chocolate
right.
coconut one.
She's right.
And then right underneath that is the dark chocolate sea salt caramel. That one not a lot of people know about, but it's the
good.
teal bag. It's like, it's not blue,
Mhm.
not green. It's the teal bag, and it is incredible. So that's what I would pick. Hershey's is the basic bitch of chocolate. Lindor's kind of the way to go.
I did not know that there was a coconut one.
Yeah,
there's a coconut one.
Are my favorite.
I can say that one. Normally, the dark chocolate sea salt one is like that too, but I never seen the coconut one.
Oh, this one's like a really light bag.
It's a light blue bag, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Looks like this. If you guys can see that.
Oh, I never seen that one.
We also have this capability now with the podcast. I can just look up stuff and show some things.
Mm-hmm.
It's really nice.
Interesting. Yeah, I never seen that one.
If you ever see that bag, please bring it home.
It's a really bright bag. I was just going to things. But yeah. All right. So Con, I'll start with you. I know you're not a chocolate guy, but where you at?
Rocking with Lindor.
Yeah.
Okay. Rocking with the house.
I was having this conversation with we were having dinner at Sheila's mom's, and because Sheila made me, my birthday was a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
So Sheila
Happy
made
birthday, by the way.
Appreciate it. Sheila made me a chocolate cake, per request.
Mm-hmm.
And she was I don't like chocolate candy. You know what I mean? I don't like chocolate candy in the slightest, but I can eat chocolate cake, I can drink chocolate milk. Pretty much anything aside from chocolate candy, I can eat it. So it didn't make sense to them, it makes sense to me. But with this, like especially Hershey's, the smell of it, the taste, not for me. So I'm gonna rock with Lindor.
All right. Con's picking Lindor. Hambo, where you at?
It's Lindor, and it's not like even close.
Yeah.
Some of the best chocolate, period.
I'm not even a fan.
Not even.
Well, I feel like I'm a woman right now because my vote does not matter in this. But
were you Hershey's?
No, I probably would have picked Lindor, honestly. Okay. No, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway because it's 2 out of 3 anyway. You
still gotta hear your opinion though.
Well, my opinion, I'm gonna say I do think Lindor, if I'm gonna pick something,
all opinions matter.
They do. I here's my thing. So recently Sheila's got me on this calorie deficit thing that's been doing really well for me. I've actually lost 10 pounds.
It works.
Very awesome.
It works.
But the one thing that has kept in my repertoire has been a Hershey bar, just because it's just so good. And sometimes you just want something just
can't help it. I get it.
Super chocolate, man.
I get it.
But if I am going to pick a chocolate, like especially because they sell them like separately for like like 59 cents or whatever it is, the Lindors, and like you can see them sometimes they'll be in like those plastic like little like things like at the cashier. And so you pick a couple of those up. I mean, you can't go wrong, man. So that's
high
really
end fucking Valero or some shit. You might catch me.
Absolutely. So yeah, so I would definitely go Lindor. So Lindor definitely goes unanimous there.
Sweet.
Yep.
I have a recipe for you, by the way, Nick. Before the end of this podcast, I got to give it to
please.
you. It's a frozen banana Snickers bar.
That's what you need to be doing on this podcast, bro. You need to be bringing us recipes. Recipes.
Yeah,
no, because you have.
Yeah, she did that.
Right. I never even brought that up. I never even brought that up, bro.
So Sheila and I usually always have like a little side text just about whatever it is that we're cooking at the time.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to figure out some way where like one episode you and I are just cooking like during the episode.
Please, dude. I would love that.
I'm here for it. Please.
Yeah.
A cook-off.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. But I have a frozen banana Snickers recipe for you that falls into a calorie deficit, Nick.
Say it one more time.
It's a frozen banana Snickers recipe.
Frozen banana Snickers.
Yeah, you take a banana and you put a little peanut butter or whatever alternative
Yeah,
butter,
right.
and then you drizzle it with like the 100% dark chocolate, and you put sea salt on it, and incredible. It's incredible. 50 calories, very little sugar. It's amazing.
What are we doing?
I got you.
What
I
are
got
we doing,
you.
bro?
I got
Like,
you.
what are we doing? Come on.
This is a cooking podcast.
I need that right. Yeah, no. This will be this will be a fucking cooking podcast by the end of the year. But yeah, no.
At some point, I would love to. I bought this months ago, and some of the names of some of these dishes will tickle you pink. I would love to read some of these at some point today.
Hold that up real quick. Hold that up real quick. How old is that? That's got like,
I don't know, but I bought this specifically to read the names of some of these dishes on this podcast, because when I was reading them out loud, some of them are wild.
Yo, yeah, we need that.
Do not forget. I want to read this before the end of this episode.
I got you. We'll
this
do that.
This is crazy.
So there's another one from the 90s from WWF called Can You?
Oh, we gotta find it.
I bought it when I was a kid, and there are recipes in there from Kane and Edge and all of those. So
we gotta buy that.
There's another one out there. We'll have to discuss that at some point.
I would love to.
I'm excited.
We gotta do that. We gotta do that. All right, this next one, let's start with Sheila. Sheila, what are you feeling?
Oh, M&M's all the way. I think Skittles are trash.
Ooh, Skittles are trash though. Who drafted Skittles?
Me.
Communist.
100%, man.
Yeah, no, I think Skittles are trash. If I wanted something that was going to stuck to my teeth, I'd just have caramel. I never understood the Skittle hype. I'm sorry. Melt in your mouth, not in your hand.
That's so crazy. Okay. With that being said, Khan, please give me your opinion.
Okay, a little fucking shady, but we won't have to get into it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rock with Skittles for the exact same reason that she said, but opposite. I think M&Ms are fucking garbage, man. I really do. Fucking hate them. My dad used to eat all types of M&Ms, and I'm the type that's gonna ask if I could try it. Every single there's never been an M&M that I fuck with. I remember my dad likes peanuts, so he gave me the M&Ms with the peanuts in it, bro. Like that was the worst shit ever.
That's a bad like if you don't like M&Ms, that's a bad one to give you,
bro. He just
because it's already.
Well, you don't like.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I've had all types of M&Ms. So I've had the minis, the ones with the peanut in them, the one in the orange bag, like the crispy ones. I've had. You name it, bro. I've had them all. Not a fucking fan, but
we've
those Skittles specifically, like in that pack, specifically, all me. And the sour, I like the sour, but I ain't gonna lie, that should be so sour sometimes it cuts your mouth. It's a little nuts. It's like the Captain Crunch of candies, but I'm rocking with Skittles.
Khan's going Skittles. Hambone, what you at?
I am echoing Khan's opinion here. Skittles,
boy.
M&Ms are low class trash chocolate. Some of the worst chocolate.
Bro, that's
I agree. Get it out of here.
Get them out of here.
Okay, so here's my thing, right? Go ahead, Sheila. What's up?
Oh no, I was gonna ask you how it feels to not have your opinion matter. But
my opinion doesn't matter if I go third, that's for sure. Because Hambone and Khan, they will like gang up on me when it comes to these things. Because you guys went at first, and then you guys picked the same thing, so it doesn't matter.
Switch it up, bro. Like you don't have to go in the same.
No, I didn't know you were gonna go that way. I thought Hambone was gonna stick up for M&Ms. That's why I had him go second.
I actually expected Ham to rock with M&Ms.
I did too.
I'm impressed. I'm actually pleasantly surprised.
I'm trying to go in the way where it keeps the conversation going, and I really thought that Hambone was gonna go for bro. Like
we're gonna pick M&Ms.
Yeah. So
what would you pick, Nikki?
So here's my thing. So I definitely drafted these mini M&Ms, and I drafted the mini M&Ms specifically because I feel like the mini ones taste way better, especially out of these tubes. So I don't know what the difference is between the bigger ones that are in the bag.
You just know there's a difference. Yeah, there's
some sort of weird difference. And like the noise, the fucking the tube makes when you pop it open.
When you pop it open, yeah.
It's so cool, bro. It's so cool, bro. But nah, I'm okay with Skittles. I just never, when comparing them to M&Ms, because that's always been like, which I don't even know why this is the debate.
Right. They just look the same.
Yeah, like I don't even know why this was like our childhood. Like, is it M&M's or Skittles?
Yeah.
Like, it's
both colorful candy.
apples and oranges, bro. Like, it's not even the same thing.
Exactly.
But no, I definitely would have picked mini M&Ms just because that's one of my favorites. There's another one where it's like with the Lindor, like you see the tube right at the cashier's office or whatever it is, and you pick it right up and just walk out of the building with all your groceries and you just snack that in.
Mm-hmm.
But
for somebody else who really likes the mini M&Ms, there's another candy that I think you'd really like, and it's the chocolate covered sunflower seeds. And it comes in this like rectangular tube.
Okay.
And there's a very little amount of chocolate. There's not a lot of like a crazy amount of chocolate, but it's just this like candy coated chocolate covered sunflower seeds. And they're incredible. I don't know if you guys have all ever tried them.
I never heard of that.
Do they have these shells on them?
Sunflower seeds.
They
No,
do.
well, no, of course they don't have the shells on them.
Well, I don't know. The people be doing all types of shit with the sunflower seeds. They put all types of seasoning. I don't like the shells on sunflower seeds. So like I can eat some sunflower seeds, but I can't do the throw it in your mouth and crack it open. And I can't. It's a project.
Right.
I can't do it. It's too much work.
I feel that.
But if it's just chocolate coated sunflower seeds, I could definitely get into something like that for sure. That's dope. Yeah, I gotta find that too.
That's so fun, man.
All right. Mounds and the Raffaellos. So after 5 months of being on hiatus, I have yet to see one single box of Raffaellos in anywhere that I have ever been to in the last 5 months. So I still
send these to you guys.
you got to send us a box because Raffaello for me is going to lose just because I have not tried it yet.
Right. So I bought boxes to send you guys, but then I realized when I bought them, oh shit, it's June.
Yeah.
Might not want to send these in the hottest months of the year.
Thanks for the box of melted chocolate, Hambone.
Might be Sarah by the time it get to us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we might as well just throw this one out and just say mountains because I'm gonna say Raffaello, but since you guys haven't tried them, you can't really say anything.
Well, Sheila, have you ever had that candy?
It has almond in it. So
it does it?
Be able to, yes.
Okay,
yeah. Fucking killer.
Yes.
But,
so,
but
a fact for everyone,
they're amazing.
A fact for everyone is that Sheila is highly allergic to nuts. We found out extremely well on my birthday trip to Ocean City. That was a trip.
A very stressful 45 minutes, boy.
Did we tell you that story, Hambone?
What's that?
Did we tell you the story about my birthday trip at the restaurant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy.
That was nuts. But yeah, so
that was nuts.
I didn't even try to make that.
That guy right there, he's a fucking professional. I don't know if you guys heard that or not.
I'm just doing it, man. Okay, so Raffaello has almonds in it, but it also has it's coconut wrapping, right? I think that's why we with the mounds.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking mounds. I'm assuming Khan's picking mounds.
I'm picking mounds. My dad ate a lot of mounds and the almond joys. I like coconut. Like I'm a fan of coconut.
Mm-hmm.
So
I ate a lot of mounds too.
I could get past the chocolate to eat the coconut.
Yep. Yeah. No, the mounds are really good for me.
You're the only one who got it.
No, I heard it. I just chose not to count it.
Not everything gets acknowledged, right?
Yeah. I need to be acknowledged, or else why am I here?
Well, that's the fun of comedy, right? The unsaid. Just be funny quietly. You know what I mean?
Be funny, not so loud. All right.
Oh man.
All right. Let's the next one. Oh, Reese's and Caramello. Sheila, I barred to go to you because I feel like you can't really.
You know what? So here's the thing. I wasn't born with an allergy. I developed an allergy later on in my life. So it was like around 11, 12 when I stopped being able to have these things. I fucking love Reese's. I've been trying to recreate it. is
you
I've
don't
been
like
trying to
Reese's?
recreate it, but like
No.
peanut
I'm
free.
saying that what her situation is the worst. She loves
Yeah,
Reese's
yeah.
and then got
I
allergic to
loved
them.
it. And
Fuck that.
Butterfingers were my favorite. Butterfingers were like my all-time favorite candy. That's a candy I'm never going to be able to recreate unless I get like I guess like chocolate covered honeycomb or something like that that'll have like the same texture or something.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I pick Reese's. I'll whatever doesn't kill me, That's the one.
So caramel wouldn't do anything to you, right? Because that's just sugar.
That's just sugar.
Okay, so that's not
But
a.
that's just too sweet because the chocolate's sweet and the caramel's sweet and it's
You
like
don't have
it
caramel?
doesn't have anything to I don't
I've never had that.
the Cadbury, right? Like the
Cadbury
Cadbury
is
line
the
has
brand,
always
yeah.
been way
I
too
remember
sweet.
the egg. I remember the Cadbury egg, and I've seen those. I've just never had that before.
The
I don't
chocolates
know if
aren't
I've
very
had
good.
this variation of like chocolate and caramel put together. I've definitely had like something like this. So I'm kind of just basing it off of that.
Mhm.
But
Who picked the caramello?
I believe Hambone did.
Okay.
Oof.
So Hambone, I'm gonna go to you first this time. So where are you at with it?
So I love Reese's. I mean, who doesn't? If you
Mhm.
don't love Reese's, I mean, what's wrong with you, right?
Right.
Right.
But
The cereal's
this
good.
is another one. I'm gonna have to send it to you guys because Caramello is one of my favorite candy bars of all time.
Word.
And that's what I'm choosing, even though I know it's not gonna win here because nobody's had it, but I'm still choosing.
It's one of those candies, like when you walk into like any gas station and you walk in, like if you're a candy person, you like it's there and you know what you want, right? Like, and then there's always like just that big ass row of candies that you always acknowledge, but you're never gonna fucking buy.
Mhm.
I see those all the time. I just never pick them up.
Yeah, this
Next
is
time we
definitely
see it,
one
I'm
where
gonna
like
get it.
it's around.
Yeah,
Like,
it's around. I always
yeah.
see it. I just never get it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys got to pick one up and at least try it.
Yeah.
They're
got
one
it.
of my favorite candy bars.
I do like caramel.
See, that's why Twix is one of my favorite candies for that reason. But see the little biscuit
They got that
in the
little
Twix.
biscuit, yeah.
Yeah, it like kind of cuts a little bit of the sweetness. Like if this is overwhelmingly sweet, then I would just always go for the Twix.
There you go. So we got Reese's one in that one, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Ooh.
$100,000 and Reese's sticks. So we're back with the Reese's.
Would the Reese's sticks would that essentially kind of just be the same thing, or
no? Reese's sticks
it's like
has
a
like a Kit Kat, but it's peanut butter instead
like
of whatever the hell's in the
Reese's
middle of
and
Kit
Twix
Kats. Essentially, yeah. Reese's sticks and $100,000. Hambone, I'll go to you first, man.
Again, I'm going $100,000. One of my favorite candy bars, and I feel like it's also one of the most underrated candy bars that never gets talked about.
Interesting take.
Delicious.
Interesting take.
What is in $100,000 again? I know it's caramel.
Yep. There's caramel, and then there's chocolate, and then there's like those crunchy things that are in like a crunch bar thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nestle specifically likes doing that. I had an aunt, well, still have an aunt, my Aunt Claire. She specifically loved $100,000. If it was Nestle, odds are she was gonna have it in her house, but it was a lot of $100,000 and a lot of the crunch bars. And I just remember eating a lot
crunch bars.
You know what I mean? I just remember just eating a lot of it and just like eating it just because it was candy, but like just being like, I don't like this shit. So yeah, man, I remember those. It's been a while since I've seen a $100,000 bar, but damn, that brought back some memories.
My dad always spoke highly of $100,000 bars. And so like that's kind of
really highly of it.
Yeah. So that was always my like knowledge of $100,000 bars. It was never one of my favorites, but it was always like one of those things where like my dad really liked it. So like I knew about it and like would,
real quick, y'all. All right. So okay. Do any of us like know like what our parents like? Because parents have like when it comes to food, there's just certain things that like when you were a kid and you opened up the fridge and saw it in there, you just knew that's dad's, don't touch it. That's mom's, don't touch it. Or that's dad's, he seems to really fucking like that shit. My dad was when it comes to like the candy bars and shit like that, I want to say he was really, really big on like I want to say Reese's, and he would put him in. He was like one of the people that put him in the freezer. What about y'all? Like, what was like the dad or the mom candy y'all would always see around the crib?
Him won't go first.
Oh man.
What was it that whenever you walked into the kitchen or saw it on the counter, you saw that you were like, that's mom's or that's dad's or whatever the fuck?
So dad was always I'm not a huge Snickers fan, but my dad loved them. Okay. So it was always Snickers with him. Yeah. And then my mom, she always liked, so this is the weird thing. She always liked Hershey's, but you remember like how you could just buy, you know how you get a Hershey's bar and you break it up into all the little pieces?
Oh, the little tiny square.
Yeah.
Ones by themselves that are wrapped.
The single
what she would always go for.
Oh, it's the little singles. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I always have Snickers and little single Hershey's everywhere.
My dad was big on Reese's, but like the M&Ms, but like the ones in the yellow bag, it was constantly that one. Yellow, sometimes brown, but it was always the yellow M&M bag. That was like his fucking go-to. You would always see it in his little cup holder in his truck or somewhere on the counter. But you saw that? That was dad.
I don't know why we got to make this about color, but
right.
All right. And then my mom, y'all ever had Dots? Remember Dots?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dots,
so Nick, so you remember like and Sheila, of course, y'all know that when I like specifically like candy or food or something, I'm gonna get that shit in abundance until I'm sick of it, right?
Yep.
I get that from my mother because boy, she went through a crazy Dots phase, bro. Used to get that shit by the dozens, yo, and would go through box after box. So if you saw and with no one liked that shit, bro. Like she let us try like once or twice. We were like, you have as many as you fucking want. She was so protective of those Dots, yo. Like nobody wanted them, but if she had them, you better not fucking touch them. So yeah, that was her shit.
What Sheila said about Skittles earlier, where it's like gets all stuck in your teeth and stuff, that was Dots to me.
Yeah.
Because that's what Dots always did to me. Like, and like Dots always tasted good, huh?
Are they like gumdrops?
They're like Swedish fish.
Fucking yellow box, bro. Every time I see it, bro.
It's always a little tiny yellow box.
Dots, yo. She went crazy for that shit.
Is there any?
That's a phrase that's never been uttered in humankind before.
Dots, right?
No, not just. Oh man, she went through a crazy Dots phase.
Yo, I shit you not, yo. I shit you not. I'm not kidding, yo. I've never seen anybody other than her eat that candy.
Mm-hmm.
She's the only person I know who, and I don't know how she feels about him nowadays, but at one point, bro, she went nuts for him.
She probably made herself sick of him.
She probably did.
DJ Willie said he liking the podcast so far.
DJ Willie's still here. Okay,
he's hanging out, bro. He's commenting. I'm missing it.
When we get a Patreon, he'll be a. I can tell he'll be a loyal patroni.
Yeah,
I like that.
I got to do a series one time of all the food Ryan has overindulged in and just gotten sick of. Because it's just in the last
graveyard.
7 years.
The dill pickle chips.
Yeah, I'll never. Yeah,
the salsa.
the big graveyard.
The raspberry lemonade.
Yeah. Oh man,
was it what brand was that?
Raspberry lemonade was bad. It was the Minute Maid raspberry lemonade.
Well, yeah. Oh no, it was.
Simply.
Yeah. And then before that, like Nick always brings it up, but they at any Wawa they would have these. I think it was Utz. What brand was it?
It was Utz. Yeah,
Utz had these like pickle chips. Nick put me he had me try them one time.
So good.
I was like, they are, but bro, I would cop a bag every time I was there, to the point where just the smell would make me sick. I was like, I never want to see those fucking chips again.
To answer your question, Con, my dad, it wasn't ever a big candy, but it was always the diet soda. When we were kids,
I was gonna say before we said like specifically candy, that was with my mom too. It was
Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke.
My mom was Diet Coke too.
That was my dad's.
Was that just like a mom thing, like Diet Coke?
I think like my mom has Diet Coke in abundance, and then outside of that, for her, and it's funny because this conversation actually made me realize why those are my favorite candies. But it was Twix, Mounds, and Kit Kats. Those were her favorite candies, and she always either had them in the freezer or had them in the little butter part in the fridge. That little her candy wasn't there, and if it was in there, you better not fucking touch it.
Because that's where she keeps her chocolate is in the same.
Yeah.
My mom liked Diet Coke, but like she went from Diet Coke to like Sprite Zero. That's like her signature beverage of choice now, Sprite Zero.
That's really funny. Yeah, dude. Fucking you good, Sheila?
Yeah,
Went
sorry, I
dark.
got a phone call and it
Oh,
went to my
that
phone.
happens.
Yeah, you did.
That'll
I don't
work.
know how to. I need to
Not good.
turn that off. I need to
It's
figure
not
out a
good.
way to turn that off.
All right,
Understand.
so Con, did you vote?
I'm
Because I know
gonna say-
Hambone said 100 grand.
I'll say Reese's Sticks.
Reese's Sticks.
Mhm.
Sheila, did you say your opinion on these?
Listen, and not that it matters, but 100 grand is one of the best. 100 grand is one of the best candies. It's the right amount of like crunchy and not too sweet, and it's like gooey, but it's not. It's amazing.
I'll take her word for it.
That's kind of me.
Reese's- I just remember eating a lot of that. Just a lot.
Me personally, dude, I always liked Reese's Sticks more than regular Reese's. Like that was especially the king size because it came with 4 sticks and it was just like
Vicious.
Reese's is just a versatile candy, bro. Because like, I mean,
yeah,
you know, I'm not big on chocolate candy. I'm not crazy about peanut butter either.
Mhm.
But like when they made the cereal, I was like, yo, I could eat this.
oh yeah, Reese's Puffs are amazing.
I was
We
like,
might have to do a cereal bracket next.
Yo, you know what I had today? Speaking of that,
what's up?
we went and got coffee today, and I had a Reese's Puff cereal milk latte.
How was that?
I bet it was amazing.
Yeah,
It-
but
It's all right.
Very
it's
It-
sweet.
all right.
How sweet was that?
Need a
Sounds
little
You made it.
Need a little bit more chocolate in it, but other than that,
Because remember, it's cereal milk, so it's not going to be like super
yeah, true,
strong
true,
of
true.
the
Yeah.
flavor, you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
Hmm.
So I think Reese's Sticks wins
Yeah.
there for this one. Because I'm huge on Reese's Sticks. I'm not too big on 100 grand. But Reese's Sticks is easily one of my favorite candies.
I think we should do a cereal bracket next for sure.
I definitely think we should do a cereal bracket. I'm so down for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, this one I feel like is a losing investment on my part. I don't know why I drafted these guys. These guys
This is almost
barely.
insulting.
Yeah.
This is almost insulting.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw this to Sheila real quick. I want to hear her thoughts.
I totally shit on Nick for this choice, and then I'm gonna pick it. It's the Werther's
pick it?
original.
You're
Yeah,
picking
I'm gonna pick
Werther's?
it.
Oh,
Yes!
let's go.
Yeah.
They're really good. I have a box of the sugar-free ones in my office right now. Like a box. Like I'm talking about I want to say at least 3,000 original like single
3,000?
wrapped candies. Yeah. And they're just
Oh, my
sitting
heaven.
on the floor in my office right now for
Let me stop playing
whenever
like
we
Werther's.
have,
Werther's holds it
Yeah,
down. When
they
you're
really
a
do.
kid and you're like at church or some shit and like you just need something sweet, but like you can't obviously get the good shit. There's like an aunt or some like a close family friend who has one of these in the purse and it get the job done. So let me stop.
that
hating.
gold wrapper is elite.
It get
They
it
did-
done. It get it. It
didn't they
scratches an
also do
itch.
the-
I'll say Werther scratches an itch.
Yeah.
They did the strawberries and cream, didn't they? Also,
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they did. Yeah.
I remember that.
favorites. Oh,
that one was good.
let's say
Werther's definitely scratches
Yo.
an itch. I'll
Yeah.
admit that.
I do some dirty shit for some cream savers right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Cream
Wow,
savers.
I forgot
That's
about
what
the
they're
cream
called.
savers.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
What a phase. I remember.
I'm
the
gonna
cream
see if I can
savers.
find some online. Hang on, while you guys do your thing. Let me see if I can find.
Damn. Yeah, you unlocked a memory there, bro.
Uh-huh.
Hambo, where you
Yeah,
at?
Cream savers was a fun little phase, man.
So I'm not gonna knock you on this, Nick, because Werther's I think they're delicious. Now
Thank you, man.
I will say that
They
I
are
prefer the chews over the hard candies.
Oh, you prefer the chews? See,
Yeah.
nah.
The chews.
No,
I'm the
Why?
hard.
no,
Why?
bad take. Bad
If
take.
you're gonna put I'm gonna pick Starburst.
I'm picking
Okay.
Starburst, boy.
Yeah. Con, you're also picking Starburst.
Picking
I'm assuming.
Starburst. It's like, bro, like, oh my god, dude. Do you realize, like, because I try to eat
got
healthier
another
and
call.
like I try to eat healthier. Sugar is definitely my kryptonite, bro. It is tempting to not walk down the candy aisle in a Publix and not grab a bag, bro. It's tempting. I for the most part, my discipline is A1, but I love Starburst that much.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Yeah, no, Werther's is definitely easily one of my favorites. I don't think it actually like medically helps, but I use these for sore throats. Like it's oh yeah. Like when I have a sore throat, dude, like I use these in like
Is that a
obviously like
soothing thing.
it's a soothing thing. It's definitely not like a medical thing. There's no way it helps. It's probably, if anything, it's keeping my sore throat around for a couple more days. It's probably making me worse. But these are so good that like it just helps like soothe my throat when that happens. But regardless, I eat these anyway. They're one of my favorites. But
She'll just drop the link for the cream savers. Yeah, this online is very bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh, babe.
Sheila's, your voice sounds very
Oh.
robotic. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it sounds a little, yeah. There.
Let me turn him off real quick while we figure that
was
out.
crazy.
I don't know what that was. You know what's funny? In the draft, I don't have these two as in that they're the ones facing off.
The orange cream and the strawberries and cream.
No, the
No, I'm just looking at the link.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me see if she looks good.
How's that?
Oh, you're better now.
Okay. Sorry.
I don't know what that was.
I gotta
you're
figure out a
fine.
way to turn my focus. I should just turn my focus on to not get calls until I get an actual camera instead of using.
You can turn your your focus on not get calls. Yeah, the do not disturb or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That'd be the professional thing to do, but
Airplane mode. It's our first day, man. We're gonna cut her some slack.
First day jitters.
First day jitter.
Let's see here. Hold on, my thing got all messed up. I'm trying to see what's up. Okay, I was writing something wrong. That's what happened there. I thought in the bracket I had it messed up on something, but we're good. We're good there. All right. Jolly Ranchers and Dum Dums. I have a big bet on who Khan is going to pick, but I want to know what Sheila and Hambone pick first. Sheila, I want to start with you.
Come on, man.
Dum Dums all the way. They have the butterscotch ones.
Ooh, the butterscotch
Those
are the best.
The best ones.
Literally, if this was butterscotch versus Jolly Rancher, butterscotch would
Butterscotch would win.
We're not even talking about anything else.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hambone, where you at?
yeah, we're going Jolly Ranchers on this.
Thank you, man.
All
Cut it
right.
out. Thank you. Bro, what are they talking about?
Unbelievable.
What are they talking about? Cut it
Listen,
out.
Jolly
bro.
Rancher.
Listen, hold on. I want
12.
real quick.
Tiny
I kind of want to amend my decision that Sheila's vote doesn't count because Sheila picked with me this entire bracket, and I'm not getting a say ever. Bullshit. I'm getting outvoted every time, man.
Isn't that crazy? We
Yeah,
don't
bro.
matter, man.
Don't get me wrong.
You
Don't
should just
get
think
me
that.
I'm starting to think women are right. I'm starting to think it. I'm really.
I think that maybe you just have bad taste.
Don't get me
I'm not
wrong,
touching that
bro.
one.
Like Dum Dums, yeah. I like Dum Dums, but if you know me, bro, fuck. Yeah, it's an addiction when it comes to the Jolly Ranchers, bro.
Yeah, it's a
It's
problem.
an addiction. Hands down my favorite candy. If I got a bag, and this is such a really bad habit that I need to really get rid of. I think I've gotten a little bit better on it, but like I'll pop them, I'll take a Jolly Rancher, unwrap it, eat it, and then just throw the wrapper on the floor. It's a
Yikes.
really bad habit, yo.
Hold on, Sheila. Is he better at this habit right now, today in 2024, or no?
Be honest. We're live. Be honest.
It went from Jolly Ranchers to gum, so now it's a gum thing. I'm finding
A bad.
gum wrappers. The
Gum
dogs
wrappers.
are finding the gum wrappers. But you know what?
Are you doing, Con?
Hold
I
on.
don't
Now,
know. It's a
hang
bad
on.
habit.
For a really long time, he was eating the fruit chews, the Tootsie Roll fruit chews at
Mhm.
Petco when he was working at Petco. And what he would do is, and it's crazy because when I met him, he was so little. So I don't know how he would go through an entire bag a shift, but he would go through an entire bag of these fruit chews and just all through work, drop them on the floor wherever he was going. And he did this for, how long were you working there?
I worked there for a year.
Right. So for the entire year, right? And not just the fruit chews, not just the fruit chew wrappers, but whenever he got a vanilla one, he would just drop it on the floor. So like at the end of his shift at Petco, there would be fucking wrappers all over the place. So I mean, after a year of developing this habit, I can't be mad at it, but it's
I can be
infuriating.
mad at it. I can be mad at it. Yeah, hold on.
I
Get
can't.
mad at
He's
it.
trying. No, he's trying. It's
Look at
not
her shooting bell,
intentional,
like, look at
right?
her shooting bell.
It's a what do they call it? Muscle memory at this point. But when Mia, our puppy, started like just what anytime she would find a wrapper, just chewing on it, and every time I'd have to like pull something out of her mouth, it was a gum wrapper or a candy wrapper or something. I would just take a picture of it and send it to him.
Truthfully,
Like,
I
your
think that
daughter
might have
has
been
this
what
in her
made me
mouth.
slow down because she picks up everything and like just wants to eat it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I'm like, me specifically, bro, like I am hyper vigilant when it comes to those dogs, bro. If they sneeze, I'll run in the room and be like, "What's wrong?" So
Right.
like
Mhm.
that alone was like, all right, let me slow down because she's gonna
Right. So the first 6 years of our relationship didn't, me bitching about it didn't do anything. But like as soon as this dog started chewing on the wrappers, then we're gonna make a change.
She wants to do this on live.
I'll just take me and Cam out of it, and you guys can settle this.
Even as we speak, I've been like diligently just like looking up to the corner because she's like asleep on the kitchen floor. And when she's really, really quiet, I don't know what she's doing, and I know she's doing something she's not supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
So wait, okay, hold on. So I do have one question before we move on from that. So you're working at Petco, and you were throwing these wrappers on the ground, like on the sales floor.
Listen.
Hold on. Just on the sales floor, right? I'm
explaining. So you've been in that Petco, right? You've been in that.
I have been in that Petco. It's the local one right down the street.
So while I was working there, the management it was under, it was like clearly a neglected store. You know what I mean? Like they just didn't get, like everything was old, nothing was ever cleaned up. Like they didn't really give a shit. And so I was just like, all right, well, they don't give a fuck anyway. So I was just throw it on the floor. Floor.
So because my follow-up question was, wouldn't your wrappers also affect, because dogs can walk around Petco, wouldn't these other dogs and cats and guinea pigs or whatever people are walking around, wouldn't they also eat these wrappers?
Take care of it.
So
maintenance was cleaning it up.
Maintenance will take care of it, and on top of that, it wasn't really a lot of like animals coming and going in that particular Petco. We'd see them, but the ones that were in there, they weren't going for the wrappers, you know what I mean? Like, there were, toys all over the place and shit like that. So thankfully we never had an incident where like an animal got a piece and like choked on or anything like that. But I did that and it never stopped. And yeah, it was just a really fucked up habit.
Jesus. All right. Do we have any more?
My bad. I heard like voices and I think our neighbors are back.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Apparently our neighbor's music is really loud. Kat texted me and was like, "Do you hear the neighbor's music?" I was like, "No."
So, wait. So I don't even know what your house looked like. So is it like a lot of?
I just moved. Yeah, no one knows. I just moved.
There's a lot of neighbors around y'all, or
so we live on a kind of busy road now. I mean, we lived on a busy road before. Telegraph was always busy, but we were so far back, which y'all remember because y'all were my neighbors at one point, that we couldn't hear the road or anything like that. Now we're on right smack dab on the road. That's this very busy road. So Route 3 is a big road that's in Fredericksburg.
Y'all off Route 3.
And we're off Route 3, but we're off of another road that comes off Route 3.
Okay.
So you go off Route 3, you turn left literally, and then you're on this another main road, and that's the road we live on. But so like if I'm in my living room, I can hear cars going constantly. And I bet if I took my headphones off, I could hear cars going constantly. I have 3 different neighbors. The 2 are very quiet, but the other, I swear to God, are running a truck dealership because they have about 45 trucks and about 10 motorcycles next door. I'll take a picture one day and show it to you guys on the next episode.
They like sell them or they just like collect them?
I feel like it's a business. I feel like there's like tree cutters or something. There's something going on to where they need all these vehicles, right? So they're always constantly like running the motorcycles and blah, blah, blah. They're always doing all sorts of stuff. And like occasionally we can hear them with the music. Their house isn't that close to us, but it is a sizable distance to where we would be able to hear their music if it was loud.
Yeah, I get it.
Luckily for me, I'm on the other side of the house, so I'm not hearing anything. My door's closed. Like I'm not hearing anything. So, But yeah, so me and a cat just moved into this house back in July, and
Clap it up for that.
yeah, nice
Clap
little
it up for that.
3-bedroom, down in Fredericksburg, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, really nice place. We're enjoying it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Real quick, I really gotta go to the bathroom, so
You go to the bathroom, sir, and I will bring you back in when you're ready. Sheila, how many times a day does Khan go to the bathroom?
No.
No, you're not gonna answer that question.
No.
Does he throw wrappers on the floor of all businesses? Because I'm still like taken aback by this. You know what I mean?
Isn't that wild? Yeah, it's a little fucking crazy, but I know it's muscle memory at this point, so it's not intentionally like trying to be a litter bug or just being.
Yeah, I mean
like,
that's all cool and all, but shouldn't get to a point where it's muscle memory. That's all I'm saying.
Has he ever
He has
used?
gotten a lot better. I will say he's gotten a lot better. It's not. It used to be incessant. It used to be just ridiculous. Like at the apartment, I would just find them, and at first I would get like kind of angry. Then I'm like laughing. I'm like, this is our home. What are you doing?
Has he ever used it like in a bar, in a song, like, "Oh, I throw these rappers on the floor, Jolly Rancher" or some shit? Like, has he ever said that? He should. It's his thing.
Well, I don't know if you could hear him. He just yelled across the apartment, "No, because I'm not a fucking cornball." So
I don't do that shit.
no. All I heard was no, because I'm not a fucking cornball. So
I mean,
there's your answer.
You just do it like slowly, just in the
I'm
video.
not going
just,
Why don't you do it, Nick?
I'll do it.
Yeah, do it.
I throw these rappers on the floor like Khan. That'll be my bar.
And then I get to call you your first rapper name.
Don DeMarco. Okay.
I won't say it on live.
No.
Don't worry.
All right. We went with Jolly Rancher.
We are off track right now.
Yeah.
We have like so many of these to do too.
Oof. Okay.
Blow Pop and Tootsie Pop. Khan, I will start with you.
Damn. Now the chocolate, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. I fuck with the blow pops. Or the Tootsie Pops. I fuck with the Tootsie because my dad went crazy for them. The only ones I probably wouldn't go for are the blue ones or the brown ones. I don't even. What is brown?
Chocolate.
I don't know, but that's my favorite one.
I don't
brown
think
is my favorite one. No, I think it is chocolate.
It's
not like root beer or something like that.
No,
it's chocolate.
Because there's really no flavor besides more chocolate, so it must be chocolate.
I'm rolling with Charms on this one. Charms blow pop.
Charms, okay. Blow Pop.
I like the gum center. You know what I mean. After you're done, you chewing. I like that.
Cambo.
Sour apple's my fave. But if we talking Tootsie Pops, cherry, orange, can't go wrong with either.
No. Hambo, where you at?
I'm gonna go Tootsie Pops.
There we go.
I'm gonna say, for me, once I get through, the lollipop part, I'd prefer more candy as opposed to gum.
And that's exactly why I also picked Tootsie Pops, because I'm not a big bubblegum person. I in my adult years I liked some gum, but never like bubblegum was a big thing for me. But yes, I prefer to also go to when I'm done with a chocolate lollipop, I like to get more chocolate. I never liked any of the other flavors. I didn't like orange, I didn't like red, didn't like blue. I never liked any of the other flavors of Tootsie Pops besides the chocolate one. So
besides the worst one. Got it.
Is that the worst one? That's the best one.
The worst one. Got
it. Brown. I don't know too many people that go for the brown one.
That's me, bro. That's all I eat.
The brown one. You know what's weird to me? Chocolate flavored things that aren't chocolate. This is like chocolate flavored sugar. It's not even actually chocolate.
Huh?
These Tootsie Pops, I guess.
Sugar. Oh.
What's he saying?
Really, if you think about it, Tootsie Rolls aren't actually chocolate either. They're just chocolate flavored, which is weird.
What is a Tootsie Roll made of?
I don't know.
I thought
it's like chocolate Laffy Taffy. It's like chocolate taffy.
It's like chocolate.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's chocolate taffy.
Works. Matter of fact, that's probably the only chocolate that I can stomach is like Tootsie Rolls.
Huh.
Yeah. Chocolate flavored candy has been manufactured in the United States.
Chocolate flavored candy.
No, you're right. Yeah, hold on. I got you guys. Yeah, chocolate candy quality similar to both caramels and taffy without being exactly either confection. I didn't even really notice that before.
Yeah.
But it's really not a chocolate at all.
Mm.
That's really weird. That's a weird name for these, by the way. Midgies.
Yeah, I never heard that.
Something about that feels offensive.
Yeah, that's a little. That's
It
definitely
almost sounds like a
term.
slur.
It was built in 1907, bro. They named them things anything.
There's something hateful behind
bro.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, nah. The large Tootsie Rolls are garbage, though. Screw that. Those are garbage.
Like the ones that are damn near like a bar. Yeah.
Yeah, they're huge. There's
Yeah.
no need. There's no need for a huge Tootsie Pop. Okay, so Sheila, what would you have picked?
Nah, I'm not. I wouldn't go for either of them. I think they're both trash.
You're not a lollipop person?
No, I think
Really?
they're awful. Yeah, especially like the Dum Dums, sure, because it's small and like it goes fast. But
Yeah.
then to have something sticky and chewy in the middle just is so unappealing to me personally.
Interesting.
Mm.
All right. Well, Tootsie Pops it is. Let's go to the next one.
Oh, I remember
See, here's where our big debate was. Yeah, this is where our big debate was with Gushers and Teddy the gummy bears. So Sheila, I'm not sure if you were paying attention when we did this debate last time, but we
heard a
were
lot of
debating
yelling.
whether Gushers were not candy at all. Like we had a really hard time. Me and Con especially had a really hard time debating whether Gushers was actually candy.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I think I
Because
am.
I don't think it's a candy. I think it's a fruit snack.
No. So okay,
Fruit snacks are candy.
fruit snacks are candy though.
They're not made.
I don't agree.
No, it's anything. So it's just sugar and water that makes it candy. I mean, what's the definition of candy? If you want to go by
I don't
like
know.
definition of candy, right? Like the definition of candy is sugar and water and something sweet.
So
Confection.
there's the sour versions of those. Like those are the only ones I eat. To me, that's a candy, bro. Like there's no nutritional value.
It's just candy. I mean, Welch's fruit snacks are candy. Technically, they are. I mean, they're fruit snacks. They're under the bracket of fruit snacks, under the candy bracket, but they're still candy. It's like candy being the main one, then it's fruit snacks, chocolate, lollipop. You see what I'm saying? Like hard
I'll
candy.
agree with you on the Welch's. The only reason why, like, I kind of, sort of, halfway say it's not is because just like compared to like actual other candies, like Welch's, because they're trying to go for the more like it's a healthy fruit snack. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like,
We all know this.
the taste of it kind of reflects that. Like it's not like a overly sweet. It's just like, you know, it's like kind of like a subtle sweet where it's like it makes you think that you are eating something healthier than candy. But but all I'm saying is that I do agree with you. I'm just saying that
Sure.
I can understand how some people would sit back and say it's not, but I agree that it is.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to remember that fruit snacks are marketing purposes. Like if you're going to take it a step further, for marketing purposes, fruit snacks are a way for candy companies to market candy for kids so that the parents think that it's okay to give the kids candy during the day. So it's like, oh, fruit snacks. It's okay. It's healthy. It's fruit. But there's not even they're not even made with juice the way that sometimes I think Haribo gummy bears at one point were made with actual fruit juice, but Welch's fruit snacks aren't. So like if you are absolutely right that they are being marketed as a healthier version, but you know the marketing tactic is for kids to have sugar. It's a way to get kids to have more sugar.
That's why when you go to Walmart and you go into like
you have been fooled by marketing, Nick. That's what she's saying.
The liberal media.
Well, what I was gonna say is
the liberal media has led you to believe.
Con, go ahead.
I was gonna say that's why when you walk into a Walmart and you go into the candy aisle, some places, like if I don't know, like a Rite Aid, you might see Welch's with the candy. You might, but you know, the fruit snacks are typically with like the nuts and like the, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
I know for sure.
Value though is the same, right? The nutritional value falls under the same. Like,
but like you know, to go with what you're saying, where you're saying it's like a marketing thing. It's like because you know when you go into the section where like all the nuts and all that shit is, you're typically I ain't gonna say typically, because some people just get it just because they like it. But if you're trying, if you're one of those like health conscious people that walk into that section and you may not have the information that you gave us, you see those Welch's, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, like this is a healthy option.
Right.
All right. So we.
But if we're picking, I'm right with Haribo.
Con's picking gummy bears.
Haribo, yeah, Haribo.
I think if I'm gonna pick, I feel like I like Gushers a lot, but I don't. I think if I were to just pick one, I think I'd probably pick up the gummy bears. So I think if I'm gonna go that route, I think I'm most likely picking up gummy bears.
I'm picking Haribo, bro.
Yeah. Hambo, which one you got?
I mean, I love gummy bears, but yeah, if I got a choice, I'm going Gushers. Just a sweet rush of liquid in my mouth.
The candy that bleeds in your mouth.
Really? And not in your hand.
Like. Are we kink shaming now? Is that what we're doing?
No, we're not. We don't do that on this podcast.
Yeah, who's shaming?
No shaming on there.
Yeah.
I felt judged. Okay, it seemed implied.
No judge. No judgment.
I think
here.
you're projecting. But
Yeah, I felt like projection.
It does feel like a projection. Just a little bit.
Just a smidge. Just a skosh.
Skosh. What's the origin of the word skosh? All right.
Oh.
Battle of the Sour. Sour gummy worms or Sour Patch Kids?
Question.
Yes.
Are we talking just sour gummy worms in general or like a specific brand?
I don't know of specific brands.
It's different because these things taste different depending on the brand.
Okay. I did not know that. So what brand of sour gummy worms do you like the best?
When I see these, I think of the Trolley sour gummy worms, the ones in the blue and black bag.
Okay,
I've had the off-brand ones. In my opinion, they taste like trash. They're not that great. But there's a significant difference depending on the brands to me. I don't know if y'all.
Okay. So I would think for this particular debate, if you have a brand in mind, that's the one you go with. So
I would
just say it would be Trolley versus Sour
the bag
Patch
you
Kids.
normally see when you walk into like a Target or Walmart. Yeah.
Hambo, what say you?
This one's difficult for me. I love both of these. But if you're going to put them both in front of me, I'm probably going to go for gummy worms first.
Me too.
Okay. Oh, really? Conta is also gummy worms.
Sour Patch Kids ain't bad, but the gummy worms.
Who drafted Sour Patch Kids?
Wasn't me.
I don't remember. I may have because I do love Sour Patch Kids.
I don't think I would have drafted Sour Patch Kids. I feel like I mainly drafted some.
I don't think it was me.
So I must have been Hambo.
We got to find that before next week, Nick.
I'll find it. Yeah, I'll find it. Nick.
That wasn't you, Ham?
I think it might have been me. Yeah.
It had to have been him because there's no way it was me. And if Con doesn't think it was him, then it most likely wasn't him. Sheila, what have you said?
It's gummy worms for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, the Sour Patch Kids getting stuck, like just stuck in the teeth thing.
You're not a big fan of the stuck with the teeth thing, are you?
I'm a big texture person. That's why I would have in the last one I would have picked the gummy bears over the Gushers because it's just the teeth thing.
Well, if that is something you really don't like, I'm not even going to ask you your opinion on the next two. Because that is all these are.
Man, yeah.
You are not. There's
nightmare.
No even reason for you to even say anything. We know how you feel about both of these.
I'm about to piss everybody off.
Oh God!
The only one.
Hot take. Hold on. Hot take.
I'm about to make.
I know what you're about to say. It's about to be some
bullshit.
bullshit.
The only one I like and I'll eat is the banana laffy.
I knew it.
Take her off.
Taffy.
Get her off there.
Yeah. Take me out back.
Back to 3 here. The original, the boys are back.
Yeah.
Back to 3 here.
What is happening right now?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm just clicking to see. That's all the options we have. Now I can't bring Sheila back because she's not even there. She walked away.
She walked away.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no.
Hey, not too much. Not too much.
I was trying to keep the bit going, but
oh.
good.
No, she's so okay. Banana Laffy Taffy. That seems like a weird
Absolutely.
choice, but okay.
Banana.
Don't kink shame. We talked about that.
We're not shaming anyone. We're just asking why.
Kink asking why.
Yeah, right. We're just kink asking why.
Kink asking why, not kink.
We're just kink wondering. That's all we're doing.
I like it.
Just kink inquiring.
I don't look. I don't have to understand it. I just need to accept it.
I like it. That's it. The only thing that you guys have to accept is that somebody likes the banana flavor Laffy Taffy, and that somebody is in the room with us.
Whoa! All right. Okay.
Yeah. So move on.
All right.
Someone's keeping them in business, and it's Sheila.
And it's me.
Hambone. I will start with you, sir.
I love both of these candies, but Laffy Taffy is one of my all-time favorite candies. Blue raspberry, strawberry, my two favorites. Laffy Taffy.
Okay, Laffy Taffy. Con, you look perplexed. I will go with you next.
Yeah, because
wait. Before we go there, I'm sorry, Con. Did you guys know about this thing with the airheads where you're supposed to shake them?
What?
No.
So I didn't know this until the last year or so. You're supposed to take airheads before you even open them. You're supposed to take them by the package. You're supposed to shake them.
Why?
And apparently, it like breaks up the candy inside and makes it taste completely different.
Really?
So it doesn't do that. What it does is it bunches it up closer to the end. The force condenses it into a smaller square, but it doesn't like tenderize it. You know what I mean? It just moves it down to the bottom of the bag.
Apparently that's how you're supposed to eat them, and I did not learn this until
I never heard that before.
It's a preference, I'm sure.
You just hit it with a meat tenderizer. One of those little
some of us like bigger ones, some of us like smaller ones. You know, it's all
you get it.
Everyone has a size preference, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Con, where you at?
Yeah, I like both these candies a lot, so it's hard to call, bro. That's why
right. You said Laffy Taffy, right?
He said Laffy Taffy. Okay. That's why I look so confused because I'm like they're both really good.
Yeah.
I would have thought you'd go with Airheads. I've never seen you eat a Laffy Taffy.
I like them both. Well, I love them both, to be honest with you. Yeah. That's hard to call, bro. It really is hard to call. I'm gonna say Airheads just because Airheads has just a few more flavors that I really, really do like.
Okay. So my thing is, I've never been a fan of Laffy Taffy.
Really?
Yeah, I've never been. I don't know. I don't know if it's like so.
Is it taffy in general or this brand specifically?
Yeah, it's both. It's like I don't like taffy in general, and I really don't like Laffy Taffy because I feel like there's a little bit of a difference.
Oh, there definitely is.
Yeah, like there's not. It's not
huge on like saltwater taffy or anything. Personally,
you said what, Himbo?
Yeah,
I said there's definitely like a difference because I'm not like huge on like just saltwater taffy.
You're right.
Taffy's just like fucking. It's got this dull, like really dull taste.
Yeah.
Like my dad used to eat that shit, and like it don't do it. It don't do it for me.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So I go ahead, Sheila.
Never had saltwater taffy. What does it even taste like?
Like, so if you had Laffy Taffy this is the best way I can describe it to you. It's just like, think of like the best, your favorite flavor of Laffy Taffy. Saltwater taffy is just the same thing. Just like, this is just me now. Just a really duller version of it in terms of flavor.
I agree with them. Not only a duller version, but usually also a much harder to chew version.
Yeah, man. It's damn near like a hard candy.
Yeah. Sheila, next time you come to Ocean City, it's huge.
They got so many in Ocean City.
Yeah, there's so fucking many. So like next time we go, we'll just go to like a candy kitchen or something. Just do like a sample. I don't like it. I don't like saltwater taffy. I don't like Laffy Taffy. And I'm okay with Airheads. I've always I'm definitely not the mystery flavor. I can't handle mystery flavors to save my life.
It's not even that I don't like the mystery flavor. Clearly I don't know what it is because it's a mystery flavor. But just like I'm like I can't
handle mystery.
Yeah, like because I don't know what it is. It's like and even like when it hits my taste buds, I'm like, I don't know if I like this or not.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
And I shouldn't be asking that if I'm eating something.
What's up, Ham?
Nick, pull up Wikipedia because technically, isn't Airheads considered taffy as well?
Yes.
You know, it might be.
No, it is. They're both taffy.
Yeah, same texture, same consistency.
That's interesting.
Why are these two neck and neck when they're the same thing?
You got to ask the bracket master there.
We picked two
different things.
Against each other.
They taste the same.
Airheads is an American brand of taffy candy.
Boom. You like taffy, Nick?
I like this taffy. Yeah. I'm okay with this taffy.
Yeah, the taste is different.
I'm not big into, but there is a difference.
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, I would definitely say there's like
there's definitely a difference between the two.
Yeah.
No, so I would definitely pick Airheads.
I'm rocking with Airheads.
So I would definitely give that to Airheads this round. I've just never been big into Live Taffy. I think I'm trying to think if there's like a lesser sugar taste in Airheads than there is Laffy Taffy, but that could be wrong about that. I don't know. I'm trying to really pinpoint why it is.
Airheads are a little softer, like a little softer.
Like a little, yeah. I think that's what it is for me. I think it's a little softer.
You know what's funny is I find it to be the other way. I find that Laffy Taffy is softer and Airheads is like a little drier for me.
It depends on where you get them. So like, and I'm not even being funny. Depends on where you get them. Because I mean, like if you're in like I don't know, if you get them from a store that's particularly warmer, like Laffy Taffy that you get from there might be a little bit chewier. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, really, either one of these, you take them, put them in your hand for like 15, 20 seconds.
All around, I do the same shit. I do it.
A little bit, and they end up better. So
I do it.
Okay.
He's it.
Let's do it the next.
Sometimes you just got to put something in your hand and roll it around a little bit, right, Sheila? Because I feel like that's what you're laughing at over there.
No, I'm laughing at the fact that you guys like are prepping the candy. Like I just think it's really funny that there's a way to like prep the candy.
I don't like hard taffy.
Gotta get it ready.
Sure.
Yeah, just be out here fucking raw dogging candy.
I don't like hard taffy.
Yeah. Gotta get a little warmed up.
Nerds gummy clusters versus Twizzlers.
Neither.
Sheila says neither. Why do you say neither?
Yeah, neither.
They're both bad.
God, you can't say neither.
Candy.
Bro, I know I have to pick, but I don't like either of these.
He picks neither.
No, I mean I have to pick, but like the thing is like with Nerds, like I like the original, like the purple, the ones in like the purple and pink. And then Twizzlers, they have like that version, like the red and yellow with the filling. I like those, but like
the rope.
But like these right here. Nah.
So when we drafted, I did not ever have Nerds gummy clusters before. I've had Nerds rope, but I never had, and obviously I've had Nerds, but I never had the gummy clusters. And then I think literally the next day, my coworker had these on her desk. And I was like, okay, listen, you have to give me some. Okay. So she's like, okay. So I had some, and they're pretty good. They're Nerds.
That episode of Jimmy Neutron where like they made that candy.
It looks like that. It does look like that.
Yeah, it looks like that.
Yeah.
It absolutely looks like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I thought it was gonna be really like hard in the middle too, but no, it's
chewy.
It's less chewy than it is soft, though. Like it's softer than it would be. Like it's not like super chewy low. Like Twizzlers is kind of like a harder chewy, but it's like not hard to chew or anything. It's not chewy like a gum or anything.
What are you saying?
I'm trying to describe it, but I can't.
No, I get them. Let them.
My descriptive powers are not there.
Yeah, I get
not
it.
to par. It's fine. I just know I like things. That's all. If I'm choosing, I'm going Twizzlers. Twizzlers is definitely one of my favorite candies of all time. Yeah, I've definitely been seen to carry a small bag of Twizzlers around. Hamo, where were you at with these?
I'm not a licorice guy. I put nerds are my choice, or were my draft. 100% Nerds gummy clusters.
Is that not a licorice in the middle of there? It felt like it was.
I've never had it, so I don't know.
You didn't think it was a licorice type of?
I wouldn't say so. Again, I would say it's more along the taffy line almost than
Okay.
licorice.
Almost like an airhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
softer somehow. I don't know. It's an odd texture. I don't even know how to explain it or even what to compare it to. I don't feel like there's any other candy that has that inside texture of them. I really can't think of anything else that's comparable to it.
Okay.
But yeah, those are my choice.
Connor, that looks like you're the tiebreaker, man.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had to pick, I'd rock with the Nerds gummy clusters, only because, like, at least Nerds. Well, fuck. Yeah, I'll rock with the Nerds gummy clusters, I guess.
You know, it's funny. He said he wasn't going to pick something, and then his best friend of how many years said he was going to pick Twizzlers, and he still went the other way. I can't win. Even when the guy's undecided, I can't win.
You know what, Nick?
You're his best friend. He started this podcast with me. You know, his loyalties are.
Oh, his loyalties are.
Twizzlers, nah. Twizzlers is just one of the worst candies I've ever had, man. Like that one, just that one, the original one.
Oh, that one. Okay, do you like the what cherry or what?
Like I said, it's in like it's the Twizzlers, but it's the ones that come in like the red and yellow ropes with the filling in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
Those are good. Those are really good.
Yeah,
but like that's the only like, and then you got black licorice, and that's just like
fuck no.
The smell,
fuck
the taste,
no.
Who keep that shit,
bro? If you eat black licorice, there's
eat that shit, bro. I don't know who enjoys that.
If you eat black licorice, you probably have some sort of trauma you need to work.
Bro, like y'all remember when you were kids? Remember those markers? Like I forgot what brand they were, but the scented markers.
Yep.
Right? Mm-hmm. And they made a black licorice one. And I remember being so angry the first time I smelled that. I was like, who requested that they pop open a marker and say, it gotta be black licorice.
Popping.
That's such a specific, bro. Like, hold on.
No, I'm with you.
Hold on. No. It was like you had strawberry, you had orange, you had
one of those markers,
like lime, lemon, like pretty common sense. To pick black licorice was so oddly specific. It had to have been one guy who probably had a lot of power that was like, one of them got to be black licorice. And I don't know why.
So they're affiliated by color, right? Like, what would you have put for the black one if it wasn't going to be licorice? What would you have chosen?
Good question.
Chocolate.
The brown one was.
They had brown one. They had a brown one.
Yeah. So like I think it was just like a what would you put here, and then they were like, fuck it,
they were just
licorice, fuck it.
Fuck, right? All right. So in that case, they picked colors, and then somebody just like without even thinking was just like, well, got to be a black marker, and they forgot about it and was like, oh fuck, like all right, so what do we do? What do we do with this one? And someone was just like, black licorice? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it couldn't be coffee because it's
can't be coffee. Yeah, like can't be coffee.
Coffee would have been way better though.
Coffee would have been
coffee would have been way better.
Well, like how many kids are like, damn, I love the smell of coffee. I mean, but how many kids are like, damn,
how many kids knew about coffee at all until you tried the marker though?
Right, bro. 8 years old, smelling coffee.
Bro, this reminds me of your dad's breath in the morning.
Yeah, bro. This reminds me of your dad's breath. This smells like my dad.
Yeah, I don't want that.
That's funny as shit.
Definitely don't want that. All right, so Nerds Gummy Clusters takes that shit.
Yeah.
But is there more?
Have one of those black.
Oh, there's so many more. No, it's not that much.
Have one of those black scented markers on you. Oh man, Dad left when I was young, so.
Oh, they just unlocked trauma.
Back.
Got it.
Chocolate chip cookie dough bites, the ones you find in the movie theater, and the Reese's egg. Usually, you only find these around Easter time, so these are kind of really specific to location and or time of year. Con, I know you're not a chocolate person, but where are you at?
And the thing is, I've never had either of these either.
Really?
What do you do if you haven't had either of the candies that are being presented?
I would go with the trusted brand, Reese's.
Got it.
I don't know. I really don't know what you're doing.
The cookie dough bites, I don't even know what that tastes like.
So the Reese's egg is a harder chocolate on the outside than the normal soft chocolate you get in the Reese's. Mm-hmm. So it's like a Reese's filled like chocolate egg.
Yeah, and it's
And you don't like chocolate.
it's in the shape of that, yeah. And then cookie dough bites is literally just a piece of cookie dough with chocolate wrapped around it. It's not even like, there's no difficulty of that.
Okay.
Hambone. It's time to play What You Eating.
I got some wangs.
Ooh, what kind of wings? What flavor is that?
So for some reason I don't know why I've been craving boneless wings for some reason, which I don't usually.
Not mad.
But we got some boneless, and those ones are.
We're not gonna do that.
What
we're not gonna do that.
The local pizza shop calls dirty. They are buffalo sauce and Italian dressing, and then char grilled.
Interesting.
And then my wife also got regular bone-in wings they call them Jenny sauce. I don't know what it is, but it's
interesting.
Good.
Okay.
We got a pepperoni pizza.
That pizza
I
is
love
no bullshit.
And this, you said it's from a local place or it's from a chain?
So there is legitimately a pizza shop a 10-second walk from my house.
Love
That's
it.
amazing.
Love
That's
it.
New York. That's New York
That's
for
New
you.
York.
Right, ain't no Pizza Hut.
You really can't eat like chains if you live in New York. I feel like the
I
pizza.
feel like you probably look that funny for doing some shit.
Yeah, like you can't do that. Like,
Like Michael Scott going to Sabaros in New York.
yeah, bro. Like,
I would say,
whoa. I might stop at the Sabaros even if I'm in New York. I ain't gonna lie.
I would say in this area, there is probably only about 2 Pizza Huts left. They're just closing store after store.
That's how it should be. In New York, that's how it should be. Yeah. In Virginia, make them all over the place. That's fine. But
like shit.
Don't have
shit.
Don't have
even
1,000.
Even then, like local pizza spot. Like, I mean, me personally, I'm not one of those people that have like a pizza preference for the most part. There's differences obviously, but like you know how there's some people that are like, I fucking hate Domino's, and I'm just like, how? I don't get that. But like in my opinion, like you know, the gas when it comes to pizza is more so from the local places than the
So okay, trying to make a group decision here. I feel like the brackets have been going on a while.
Yeah, I'm ready to
talk. Like we usually kind of stick to 2 hours.
Talk some wrestling, bro.
You want to talk? Move on to some wrestling headlines.
Yeah, let's talk.
I was not going to eat until we were done, but we are taking.
We are going a long time, so we will pick up the rest of the bracket later on, and we will move on, and we'll talk some wrestling here for a little bit.
And Sheila got to do her story.
And Sheila's got to do her story too. So if we are going to go over time, we're going to go over time talking wrestling and doing Sheila's story. So let's talk about some wrestling. Obviously, we missed about 5 months of things. We're not going to go over 5 months of things today. We will pick up on some old headlines, but mainly the stuff that we are talking about this week is of recent things. This is one of those older ones. SummerSlam was announced for 2025 at MetLife Stadium on August 2nd and August 3rd, making it the first ever 2-night SummerSlam. This is also announced after they announced another one happening in 2026, which I believe is in like in Minnesota or something. But this one is the one that's coming up. They did a whole commercial with Cardi B and Bianca Belair, and it was pretty cool to see. And MetLife is obviously a big place up in New York, New Jersey. Hambone, what do you think of a 2-night SummerSlam?
I'm down for it. I feel like SummerSlam's pretty much the only other event that WWE could really do this with. Nobody really cares about Survivor Series anymore. It's not what it was, when we were kids. The format has changed a lot. I guess you could possibly do the Rumble, do the Women's Rumble one night, Men's Rumble another, but
you could do that.
Yeah. I definitely would have, I jokingly brought it up to my friend about going because just like WrestleMania, this is only a 4-hour drive from us.
True.
But,
It is true.
then I saw those WrestleMania prices, and I went,
Oh man, yeah. Okay, that's something I really wish I brought up.
Fucking obnoxious.
It's like we're looking at like $1,000 for nosebleeds, right?
Nosebleeds.
Yeah, dude, you can kiss my whole ass.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, we get it. It's WrestleMania, yo. We get it, bro. But god damn, that's a lot, yo. That's a lot.
Anybody really paying those prices, bro, you're making bank, and you're making bank and not being able to see much, from what I can tell. Like,
you're either making bank or you're financing that shit somehow. And if you're financing WrestleMania tickets, that's wild,
bro. Because then, I mean,
for that price, yeah.
And then, I mean, Hammond, you know this. You clearly know this. But, like, bro, on top of the tickets, you got to fucking pay for the hotel or wherever the fuck you're staying at, travel, food, all that shit, bro. Like, it's a commitment.
Big commitment. Yeah. No, I don't understand the ticket pricing thing at all. Con, how do you feel about the 2-night SummerSlam?
For SummerSlam, I'm with him. Yeah, I'm not mad at 2-night SummerSlam. Makes sense. Like you said, as well, the Royal Rumble 2-night thing is a good idea too. But yeah, of all pay-per-views, I'm still kind of a fan of Survivor Series because I do like the War Games aspect. But Survivor Series does not need to be 2 nights at all. But yeah, for SummerSlam, because they call it the WrestleMania of the summer.
Do it. Yeah, no, for sure. Mm-hmm. I was weird about it when they first announced it because, like I said, they announced the Minnesota one first, right? Or is it Minnesota? I want to say it's Minnesota for 2026 or something. And then they announced this one. I wasn't too big on it because I know WrestleMania taking up the whole weekend is a lot for me. To handle because it's like it's your entire weekend. It's 10 hours of your life that and obviously I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So I mean it's fun, but it's also like I gotta do it Saturday night and then I gotta do it Sunday night. So it's like and also like trying to go out or trying to do anything.
Forget about it
during that weekend is a hassle.
Forget about
Sheila, you can definitely just go do whatever you would like to do. Sheila's texting me on the side, like, I'm going to go cook. And I'm like, cook. You can bring us with you.
Do you
please.
guys want to come with me?
Yeah, please cook on the. I would love for you to just like be cooking. I feel like that just adds like those TikTok videos where like it's something on the top and then something on the bottom.
Yeah.
Whoever doesn't really want to fully pay attention to us can just watch Sheila cook. That's fine with me. I don't care how it works. Yeah, I felt weird about the 2-night SummerSlam only because like I just knew that the full 2-night WrestleMania has been such a big commitment the last couple of years that trying to do a full weekend of SummerSlam just felt like a lot, and it also felt like it was like it was going to be starting a trend, like you guys were saying, Royal Rumble and Survivor Series and stuff like that. Like it looks like it might be heading that way, and I kind of hope it doesn't because I don't need these big four to be really the big four. Like I don't need it to be
you said with like those 2-night shows. Like if you plan on watching the whole thing, like wherever you at, you can't go. Little funny story, just because it just reminds me of that. But when I came back in town for WrestleMania, we were staying at a friend. Well, we don't hang out with them no more. But we were staying at a friend's house, and we were watching. You were there, Nick, but we were watching WrestleMania, and the friend's house that we were at, their friend had, I think it was like a husband or a boyfriend that was just really fucking problematic. And they wanted to hang out, and they were like, well, he's going to show up and he's going to start fucking problems because the girls are planning on going out. And all the guys knew about this guy, and we all had our own little personal issues with him. And we were like, every time this guy shows up, bro, he fucks it up for everybody, right? Yeah. And I'm talking to my boy who's like, man, he's going to show up, and I'm going to have to be the one to talk to him. And, he's like, I don't do well with confrontation. And I was like, bro, I got it. I'll talk to him. Right. So I go outside. He shows up. I go outside because I was like, because Sheila's going out with the girls. And I'm like, if he shows up and starts shit, I now have to get up, who, as I'm trying to watch WrestleMania and leave, they're gonna handle that.
No.
And remember, this is Cody versus Roman, and remember how we were all like, we need to see that shit. I was like, if I have to fucking get up for any reason and leave this house, it's gonna be some shit. So I remember I stood out, I came outside because like this goes with the whole thing, 2-night event, you can't leave.
Nope.
I walked outside, man. I remember I told this dude, I was like, look, bro, it's super casual tone. I was like, hey, bro, look, my girl's gonna be amongst all the girls that are gonna be out and about, along with your wife, girlfriend, what have you. She's gonna be hanging out with her. You are known to start shit. Do not be the reason why I have to get up and leave this house. And I told him, I was like, there's a fucking wrestling pay-per-view event. I've been waiting for this shit all year. If you are the reason why I have to leave this house, it is going to be a real physical problem.
Yep.
And I made that very clear to him. Didn't hear a peep out of him for the whole night. Boy, it was a good night.
Listen,
and why did you do that, Con? You did that because
wrestling.
Nothing. Yep.
Should I say it? Should I finish?
You should say it.
Say it.
I think you
should. Comes first.
Yes, it does.
You heard the man.
Yeah, dude. If anyone were to interrupt a WrestleMania either night and now a SummerSlam either night, you are dead to me. I don't care what the reason was. I do not care what the reason was.
You know what?
Schedule your fucking life better so that way it doesn't fall on WrestleMania and SummerSlam, whatever your fucking big emergency was.
Fucking worse.
Listen. Figure your shit out.
Yeah.
Dead ass. Dead ass, bro. Dead ass. If you
leave
know,
me
bro,
fuck alone.
Here's the thing. You know I watch. You know this is my shit, right? And you may not know the schedule. But if you contact me on the day of this event, I'm gonna let you know this is going on. I cannot be bothered.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know, bro. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere. Cody versus Roman the second time, and they talk crazy to me online, saying that Roman was gonna smoke Cody's boots 2 nights in a row.
Oh no.
Do not make me leave this house, bro.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Last year was the last time I'm physically leaving my house. I will be sitting on my couch. Unless for some reason we schedule to come down to Florida to hang out with Con. Yeah. I'm sitting on my couch. I am not leaving. I don't care what is happening. The last 2 years on WrestleMania.
Or also if it's one of those like once in a lifetime, like never going to happen again type shits. WrestleMania 40 was one, but like, you know. But if it's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know, bro, like fucking Rock versus SZNTWO, you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
And then it's in Orlando. It's like, we gotta go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. No, I will be sitting on my seat on my couch.
Oh, facts.
No one will be talking to me. If I have to, I'll turn my phone off. Like, I'm doing all that shit, bro, because I'm over people robbing me of my WrestleMania weekend and robbing me of
our pay-per-view
pay-per-view weekend in general, dude. Anybody any more to say about night two nights of SummerSlam or anything like that?
I ain't got a problem with it.
Samantha Irvin, the megastar announcer of WWE at this point, has announced that she is done with WWE. This comes right after the fact that her fiance, husband, boyfriend, Ricochet, had just left WWE and went and debuted at AEW. She has definitely come out and said that she was never a fan of announcing, which I do have the screenshots of her saying something. Obviously, this fucking dude maggot is a fucking inbred piece of shit. Saying that.
Look at that other username that she's responding to, though.
Oh, I can't say that one, but can't say that one. But
I didn't even see that.
A lot of people blamed the fact that she left WWE on Ricochet, when I really don't ever think he had anything to do with it, especially after all the news that's come out recently. Like these screenshots literally came out today. I don't think Ricochet ever had anything to do with it. I did think, however, that if she was a fan of announcing, that she probably would go to AEW at some point. Not like next week or anything, but maybe at some point. But if she's not a fan of announcing, then let the girl do whatever the hell she wants. I don't care how big she was. Con, I'll start with you. What your reaction to this news here?
her leaving wasn't shocking to me at all. I know a lot of people were really shocked, but it wasn't shocking to me. Her reasoning though did shock me because I mean she's so fucking good at it, bro.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all: Is it an exaggeration to say that Samantha Irvin is one of the GOATs when it comes to announcing?
No, not
I'm
at
not
all.
bugging. Okay, cool.
No, you're not bugging at all. I think she's proven in the last, I want to say 2 years or 3, like however long she's been, she became a megastar and like really popular within the last like couple of years. But ever since she's been there, she's held it all the way the fuck down, and she's been so good at it. And so the fact that she is definitely one among those greats in such a short period of time, I feel like, how long was she with the company?
Only 2 years.
Only 2 years. It feels like probably 3 or 4. So the fact that it's only been 2 is really surprising to me.
Bro, she bodied it.
I'd go so far as to say that Samantha is number 2, only behind Howard Finkel. I'd go that far.
Yeah, bro. She's in the top 2, top 3 conversation in my opinion, bro. Like, and I've said that before, and you know, y'all know how the internet is, but it's just like, bro, like her. I keep bringing up, this past WrestleMania, but that alone, a lot of people had a problem with her crying when she was announcing when Cody won. I thought that added to it.
Yeah, I agree.
For someone who doesn't like announcing, she sure brought the emotion to it. You know what I mean?
I think she's a really good actor, and I think she's a highly professional person. I think she understood what she was there to do. I just don't think she was a fan of doing it all the way, which is fine. But as long as you're good at it, it doesn't matter.
She bodied it, bro. She bodied it.
Yeah, and I mean, it's Samantha did not make it a secret that she was a wrestling fan. So it's not that she didn't enjoy wrestling; she just didn't want to be an announcer. I mean, if you bring that back up, Nick, the other slide.
Yeah, she did say what she said. She liked being a manager or something, right?
To be her way in because she wanted to be a manager or something like that one day. So I can see that, clearly she does care about wrestling. She showed that at WrestleMania. She just didn't want to be an announcer forever.
Yeah.
And I can see that happening. Okay, you're not going to go to AEW and be an announcer? Okay, go to AEW and be your man's manager then. You get what you want. We don't have to listen to Ricochet talk anymore.
Mm-hmm. Also, I do think that if she does go to another wrestling promotion, I think they're gonna want that out of her. I just know how corporations are, and they want you to do the thing, right? They want you to you do the thing, so do the thing, right? Like if you dance, we want you to dance. If you wrestle, we want you to wrestle. So if you're an announcer and you're really good at being an announcer, I don't see these other companies really getting her unless she's ready to be an announcer. And that's unfortunate for her, but I think she's such a star now to where she could go anywhere outside of wrestling and be whatever she wants to be.
Well, I will to interject. I will say to counter what you're saying. I do think that if she decided to continue to pursue, just a career in the wrestling industry, she said she doesn't like announcing. I do think, and Hambo, maybe I feel like you would agree with me. If she decides I want to keep doing, keep being in the wrestling industry, I don't want to announce. I think the perfect place for her to go that would welcome her with open arms, with whatever idea she'd had, TNA. Okay. I feel like TNA. I feel like, in my opinion, because people love to say AEW. Well, I feel like it's kind of slowed down with people saying they should go to AEW. Yeah. But in my opinion, I feel like TNA has done the best job of all wrestling companies when it comes to a wrestler leaving WWE and just wanting to just revive or maybe reboot their career. I feel like TNA is the best at rebooting a wrestler's career. There's countless examples. Look at what Nick Nemeth's doing right now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like TNA is the place that you go to when you want to reinvent yourself successfully. So if she decided she wanted to keep, just remaining in the wrestling business, I think TNA would be the place to go.
To your point, though, Nick, you're saying I feel like if you're really good at something, another company is going to want you to come and do that thing.
Yeah.
I would say AEW would probably hire her, let her be a manager just to be like, got her. Got her.
Yeah.
Tony Khan is that petty. That's very true.
But
But here's the other thing too, because I know that like I sent this in the group chat, so you guys like didn't like look deep into it or anything. But here's the other thing: I would kind of want to see Sam as a manager, because the other thing that she's doing now is she is fucking dragging people on social media now.
True.
She literally said in one of them, she was like, somebody had said something about like, oh, I believe, I don't have any proof of this, but I believe that this is, you know, because of Ricochet leaving. And she went into the comments and she was like, I'm so glad that I don't have a boss anymore. And I can just say this, shut the fuck up.
I know.
Out there dragging people. So
Sheila, you were
out there, be a manager and talk her shit. See what happens.
Yeah.
Sheila, you wanted to say something. What's up?
Yeah, I'm really curious. So, because I'm in a couple different group chats, right? Like I'm in your guys' group chat about wrestling whenever big things happen, and then I'm in our wrestling group chat, which is just a clusterfuck of just opinion after opinion.
The
And
Bruv
it's really-
line. Shout out to the Bruv line.
Shout out to the Bruv line. So it's really curious to see a lot of different people's opinions about something big that happens like this, and I'm really trying to understand why people have a problem with her wanting to go to AEW if she does want to go to AEW. Like why people get really angry at the idea of AEW picking her up.
Tribalism.
Yeah, it's really hard to like explain how wild tribalism is in the
What
wrestling
is that?
community for people who get into it.
Tribalism
You have a
is
brand that you like, and you are loyal to that brand, and because you are loyal to that brand, you feel like you cannot show allegiance, you cannot show an appreciation to the other ones. To add to what you said, right? Because our boy Aaron, shout out to Aaron, you know what I mean? That's my dog. I believe that he has an AEW bias. He would tell you that he doesn't. I think he does. Because when we had this conversation, I remember he, you know, we didn't know. You know, we still don't know what she's going to do. But obviously, the natural thing is to, because I definitely was under the impression that she wanted to be with Ricochet, because it just logically just makes the most sense, right? But truthfully, we don't know. But we were having a conversation in the Brevline chat, and I was like, hey, we don't know what she's going to do. But if she does decide that she wants to go to AEW for whatever reason, be with Ricochet, or she wants to announce somewhere else, she'd smoke it, right? And his immediate response was, I don't know how I feel about that. And I was like, well, why? He's like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm like, dude, you got to let go of whatever this thing is you have with AEW, because if she decides to be an announcer, it's not like as an announcer, she's showing up and they need a big push. Announcers don't get pushes, bro. She would just announce, right? Yeah. And to add to the point, who's their biggest announcer right now? Justin Roberts. Where did Justin Roberts work at before? WWE. Hypothetically speaking here, if she were to work at AEW and she were to announce, I would imagine that she'd be doing the same shit he's doing. Now they just got two heavy hitter announcers on the roster now.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely. Tribalism is so weird to describe, Sheila.
Yeah.
It's really weird to. I truly really don't understand it. I don't understand, just because there's just people who like are diehard WWE fans, and there's no other room for company in their brain, in their fandom, in anything. And so whenever AEW, TNA, and mainly AEW for WWE tribalists, whenever AEW
too much TNA slander nowadays.
Yeah. But so it's like it's mainly AEW and WWE tribalists are the big ones. Like they're really big. Like AEW do not like WWE and vice versa, right?
Yeah, like they're angry at the other.
I don't get that shit at all. It genuinely upsets me because it's like talking to walls. Like they're not hearing you. They're not understanding. There's no room for your shit, because my shit is my shit and I like my shit. And
dude, I remember at work, I told you about this guy before, but I work with him. He's a wrestler. Well,
yeah,
he's a wrestling fan, but like specifically avoids watching AEW. But we were watching or it was the pay-per-view. I forgot what pay-per-view. The pay-per-view that Sting retired. And,
yeah.
You know what I mean? He's an older guy, you know what I mean? So like, and typically when you talk to an older fan, ECW, WCW, that's their bag, you know what I mean? So whenever we do talk about wrestling, it's strictly what WWE's doing. He don't give a fuck about AEW, and you know, like the typical anti-AEW fan, they're gonna talk about the product even though they don't watch and they don't know what's going on. Yeah. But one day, it was a day after the pay-per-view where Sting retires. He shows up. He's like, "Oh yeah, so I peeped the Sting match, right? I peeped the Sting match." So that alone, I was already kind of surprised, but surprised in the sense that he watched an AEW product. Not surprised in the sense that he would watch for Sting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And he spoke very highly of the match, at least the parts that Sting was involved in. And then immediately goes into, I said something about another match. He's like, "Oh, I didn't watch all that other bullshit." I'm like, so I go, "Well, hold on, bro. Hold on. So how'd you watch the pay-per-view?" Right? That was my first question. How did you watch the pay-per-view? He goes, "Oh, I paid for it."
So he bought it.
You bought the pay-per-view?
Wow.
He goes, "Yeah, with Sting." I was like, "Hold up, dog, man.
You bought the pay-per-view for one match?
For one match. And those pay-per-views aren't cheap, B. Like,
no, they're $50.
So you paid. I was like, "So what'd you do for the rest of it?" I was like, "So what'd you do for the rest of it?" Right? He says he didn't watch, but like as he keeps talking about it, he's like kind of what he remembers. He's shitting on what he remembers. And I'm like, so you watched it, but you just like so you hate watched 75% of it and then hung in there for the 25%. And even then you hated on the 25% and only enjoyed the like 10% that involves Sting. It's weird, man. It's weird.
That right there explains.
It's very weird.
That right there explains tribalism as anything can actually do. A guy who doesn't like AEW bought their product just to shit on 80% of it.
That's the part where he lost.
That's
typically like somebody who doesn't like that, like you're gonna get. Come on, bro. We know how we watch wrestling.
That's insane.
We know how we watch, bro. When we don't want to pay, we know our links that we go to. So I think he's gonna say that. He's like, "No, I paid."
That's insanity.
What do you mean?
I've never heard some shit like that before, bro.
You paid? What do you mean?
Why would you pay, bro?
The thing that's wild to me that I don't understand, and this isn't even just about WWE versus AEW. This is just about wrestling in general. And I've said this to you guys before. I've said it a million times. Wrestling is a variety show. It is not made for just one person, for just one taste. I don't care if it's you're saying you don't like WWE or you don't like AEW or you don't like a certain wrestler in it. Like, none of that shit matters. You need to remind yourself that not everybody thinks the same fucking way that you do.
Yeah.
Just because it's not for you doesn't mean it's not for somebody else.
Yep. Yeah. No, for sure. And that's kind of what, like, you got to keep that in mind when you're a wrestling fan. Because, like, Mercedes Moné is somehow a big star and none of us really agree with that statement. But they keep putting her on TV for a reason, and
love her.
People love her. Same with what you said, Akira Shida. I don't get it, but Hambone's seen it in person. The lines for Akira Shida at meet and greets are fucking crazy. I don't understand that shit at all. But that's fine. Things work out the way they're supposed to work out. I don't know, but tribalist stuff, I'll never understand. That's the stuff I'll never get. Like. I don't mind you being a fan of something, but when you hate on something to the point of your own detriment of buying something, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
Even if you don't like it, like what the weirdest part about tribalism is to me? Like the fact that they want harm to come.
Oh yeah, those people are extreme. Yeah,
I want them to go out of business.
Genuine hate.
I want Tony Khan to lose
that's
all
genuine
money.
hate.
I want these 150 wrestlers to all lose their jobs and not have anything to do because WWE can't have 300 wrestlers on their roster. That is the wildest part to me. And there's literally people out there that just wish bad things on another company just because they don't like it. It's crazy.
I'll never understand that shit.
Yeah.
Let's go to this next topic because I do think this is interesting. Khan brought this up last week or another way. I would really like to discuss why this is happening at Crown Jewel. Triple H announced a couple weeks ago that at Crown Jewel they would be having champion versus championship matches, which I'm okay with that concept.
Yeah.
What I'm not okay with and not really understanding is why we're creating an entire championship belt, everything. I mean, the belt's right there. I don't understand why we're creating this entire championship title belt, whatever you want to call it, for this match, for this pay-per-view, for this right here. Con, I do want to start with you because I think you were probably the most opinionated, I would say, about the subject. I'm at a loss for like as to what's happening here, but I do want to hear what you have to say.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we've had like dozens of conversations about like Crown Jewel. To me, I know y'all don't watch anime, but there's a term that anime fans like that's in anime. I don't know if it's in wrestling, but it's definitely in anime. It's called canon, non-canon. Canon means that it is like
canon in anything really, any form of entertainment.
The only time I've ever heard it was in the anime though.
Yeah.
But canon, if you don't know, means that like it is a part of the main story. You know what I mean? The best example I can think of is, if you grew up watching Dragon Ball Z has a bunch of fucking movies. They have a ton of fucking movies, but they're non-canon, which means that they are not a part of the main storyline of the TV show. So whatever's going on in the TV show, if in the movie, technically the movie never existed. You know what I mean? Like it's just some one-off type shit.
Star Wars does the same thing where like the movies and the like some of the animated shows are canon, but there's like a bunch of books and a bunch of different other stories that are they're called legends. And those are non-canon, but they're legends. And,
so you get it.
It's the same thing. Yeah.
So you get it. So yeah, but that's essentially what Crown Jewel has always been to me. It's just a non-canon pay-per-view. I remember when they first announced Crown Jewel, they're obviously people weren't happy about it just because of, I guess, it's just the moral aspect of it. Vince McMahon doing business with, Saudi Arabia and the reputation that they have out there. So, people off jump, people weren't on board with the concept of the pay-per-view. But as years went on, I ain't gonna lie, they've had a couple of bangers on some of these Crown Jewel shows. And fake. They've been pretty good last couple of years. So I think that as a whole, we've all kind of eased up on how we feel about it. But then, they did like the what was that? The world, what they call it? The world's greatest Royal Rumble? Was that what they called it?
Greatest Royal Rumble, yeah.
And like that, and then this right here.
Yeah.
To me, Crown Jewel is just a non-canon pay-per-view or PLE. It's just non-canon. Like I feel like a lot of the shit that happens on there technically doesn't really count. If that makes sense. So when they Crown Jewel Championship, I see it and I just kind of roll my eyes because it's like, okay, so what are the guidelines of this championship? Is it only going to be present, during when we're talking Crown Jewel? How is it defended? Will it be defended? Why do we have it?
So, I mean, let's be honest. We watched that world's greatest Royal Rumble or whatever.
Yeah.
And the person who won it was Braun Strowman. And when he won it, he received the title belt. When we saw it again? Never. And the same thing is going to happen with us. We're going to see it. They're going to have a match. They're going to celebrate with it on that event. We're never going to see it again until maybe next year, where they just do it over and over, whoever the two champions are.
Right.
It's one time to say I won this, and then we're never going to see it again.
Pretty much.
On the actual canon TV shows.
Yeah, and that's kind of been my biggest thing is like I agree with Khan a lot with being non-canon because I just feel like whatever story leads us into Crown Jewel, it's like 3 weeks and then Crown Jewel happens and then we just obviously move on, and it's basically a filler almost because it's not. It really has nothing to do with like I don't think I've ever seen a championship title like change hands at a Crown Jewel. You know what I mean? So like it's not like whatever's coming up is going to be like some sort of game changing thing that happens at the pay per view. I think also too it's similar to like the WWE Speed title is a good one where like we never see that on TV, and the Owen Hart titles that AEW created, like we never see them carry those around.
Well,
like,
in the defense, I do think that because I'm with you, I do think that they did do it right a little bit with the new stipulation that they added to it.
Which was that?
Doesn't the person who wins the tournament, don't they get a shot at the world championship?
That did happen. You're right.
Yeah.
So that's a little better.
Like your saving grace with
yeah,
them.
that's a better. Yeah, exactly.
There's a
better.
canon stipulation to it.
Yes. So that's cool. But like as far as like making the belt or like having a trophy or anything like that, it doesn't really make sense to do this because I mean, unless we actually, because we obviously we've never seen the Crown Jewel Championship before. We don't know what's going to happen. If they do, for whatever reason, let's just say Gunther wins it, right?
Yeah.
And I do also think Gunther might actually win it. But if Gunther wins it, is he carrying both titles for 2 months? Is that the plan here? Because can someone fight for that Crown Jewel Championship? I don't fucking think so. I really don't. I really think this is going to end up being one of those one-off things that we're just never going to see again. And it doesn't make sense. And that's kind of our whole argument here is that I think WWE and the other companies are just making these one-off titles for what reason?
Well, okay.
Oh, here we go.
We know why.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah, we know why.
Okay.
Because blood money.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, Saudi. This is like Saudi
wants a ton of money for these pay-per-views, and now they're saying we want you to make something that's a big deal for us. That's the only reason this is happening.
Because remember when they first started this? Remember the stuff they were asking for? Like they were like, we want to see Andre the Giant. They were asking for dead people and stuff like that.
They asked for Yokozuna. Been dead since 1999.
Yeah. So this is like for Saudi. This is strictly for Saudi.
This is them just appeasing their money liner, their pocket liners.
I think I'd take this more seriously if there was some sort of tournament for this instead of being a champion versus champion thing.
Yeah.
Because the moment you make it a champion versus champion thing, we know what you're doing. Yeah. And so it's like if you at least gave this, if you turn this into a seasonal mid-Carter thing, we know what this is.
Almost like their version of what AEW did, the
Continental Classic.
If
they did the Crown Jewel Classic, if they did a Crown Jewel Classic and then someone held this title for a little bit, and I wouldn't even bat an eye at something like that. That sounds amazing. Because right now we'd be watching this tournament and being like, oh, the fucking winners of this shit is going to win a Crown Jewel and hold this title for a little bit, and it's going to look sick. Yeah. But honestly, we know the minute you bring the two world champions together, that this is not going to be some other belt that this champion's going to hold. It doesn't matter.
You know what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it would probably be that would be a great idea. And that would also bring it into the canon world. Okay, well, we're going to take a bunch of mid-carders. We're going to have a tournament for it. Whoever wins gets this title, and then maybe at some point you can trade this title in for a shot at the World Heavyweight or the WWE title. That could be the stipulation, and then you could make what happens at Crown Jewel actually matter to us, the fans. But it doesn't matter because we already know what happens when this is over. This title's going to go away. We ain't going to see it again until maybe next year when they do this again. And it means nothing outside of WWE got some money for it.
Yeah, like Nick said, if they made this a tournament format, I would have totally been locked in.
I'd be all in.
All in on this. Idea for this would be bro.
All in on this.
I'd be much more interested in it.
Yeah,
but the minute you made it champion versus champion, I tuned out.
We know what it is.
Yeah, I knew what it was.
They used to do it for Survivor Series. We know what it is.
Yeah. Sheila, how ready are you to tell your story? So we have a new segment that we're gonna do. Which was one of the original ideas as to bringing Sheila into the
Did you pick the name?
Into the.
Decide on the name?
I don't think she came up with a real name, but I made something up for her, which I mean it was. Oh no, we did come up with a name. My bad. No, we did come up with a name.
Scream Queen.
Yeah,
Scream Queen.
Nice little. Now again, Sheila didn't know this, but like I brought up in the group chat, kind of a nice little throwback to for longtime wrestling fans, Daphne, the Scream Queen from WCW.
Absolutely.
With us, but was kind of a groundbreaker in women's wrestling. So yeah, I like the title just for that, and it wasn't even intentional.
Mm-hmm.
So I will let Sheila introduce her segment because I want her to get it right, and if I buffle over it, I don't want to be that person. So I want you to introduce your segment, Sheila, and tell us what you're gonna do for us.
Okay, well, you guys have perfect timing because I just marinated my shrimp. So
I don't know what that means.
it doesn't. I literally marinated shrimp.
Oh, that sounds good.
Marinated her.
Right.
So my segment is going to be a spooky story segment where I either find a scary story on Reddit or a scary story that just happened to come across, and I read it for you guys, and you all get to react and participate and throw in commentary here and there, and it's just going to be a good time. I'm a huge fan of scary stories. Khan watches scary stories at night before he goes to bed, which is psychotic, but he loves it.
You do that before bed?
Yeah.
Before bed,
Oh,
as he's in
no,
bed, he's like
dude.
looking up the scariest stories. He even sent me a couple. He's like, you should read this.
So Nick, real quick. I don't know. I just like being scared because like scary movies they don't really scare me nowadays. Like not to be but like most scary movies are really like they're supposed to be scary, but they're more so kind of just really just gory.
Yeah.
So I'm just
they're jump scares, right? Like
I don't get scared often. So like I don't know, for some reason I just like really like to scratch that itch. You know what I mean? Like it's fun to get scared sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't know, but so I'll look up scary Reddit stories, and there's a lot of good ones. Me and Kat for probably about a year now, I've been sending each other like scary Reddit stories on and off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bro. Like there's some real good.
I hear y'all talk about like your stories. I didn't realize there were scary stories.
Yeah, bro. There'd be some real good ones, bro. Like if y'all ever just want to like get into like a scary bag, Hambo, and I feel like you probably fuck with horror shit. If you ever just want to find some horror shit on TikTok, this is one of my personal favorites. It's they don't really have titles, but like just there's just a line somewhere in the story where it's like this is what it's about. There's one called My Dad Shut Himself Inside a Bunker 3 months ago.
Hold on. So these are going to be part of the scary stories over the next few weeks.
I mean, let me be quiet.
Don't ruin them. Don't ruin them.
Don't ruin them.
Be quiet.
Are you watching these on TikTok like similar to when like the Am I the Asshole videos where like it's like an automated voice and something like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's cool. I watch a lot of those like where I see like my boyfriend was I was with my boyfriend for 6 years and then he just disappeared and it's like what the hell? Okay, stuff like okay,
they're good.
Cool. Okay. So that's kind of the vibe we're getting with these. Then is this like story, but it's gonna be Sheila telling us the stories instead of an AI voice.
Let me set the tone, bro. Let me set the tone. Let me turn some lights on.
You were saying what, Himbo?
I was saying this is not just like a Halloween thing either because it's Halloween.
No, yeah, because this happens to be Halloween a time, but this is not going to be a Halloween segment. This will be for as long as Sheila can find stories, we're gonna have a story on the podcast.
Coincidentally. How's my mic?
Oops, sorry. Your mic's good.
My mic's good? Okay, great.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you guys what the inspiration came from. I'm a huge fan of Susie and Hannah, their podcast, Ghost Huns, and shout out Ghost Huns. I really hope one day I get to go to Edinburgh and see their shows and like maybe sit in on one of their podcasts. But listening to them tell scary stories to each other kind of sounds just like, being in a friend group and everyone's just giggling and telling scary stories, and it's a lot of fun. And at one point I will be telling the Lynn story on this podcast.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes.
So when Sheila was telling us about this, she sent me and my wife the podcast that she got the inspiration from. Like, yeah, won't turn the lights off. I should turn my lights off too. Oh shit! Yeah, okay. You gotta put the flashlight on your face. Yes, let's go. Exactly. Okay, yeah. So she sent me and my wife the podcast that she got the reference from doing it, the Ghost Huns, and we just took a trip to Ocean City and we listened. I want to say we listened to like 3 or 4, So the Lynn story was like the one that set the podcast off.
Absolutely,
That one
and
was,
I will be absolutely reading that story out on this podcast.
That's amazing. Yeah, let's do
Nick,
that.
can you turn your lights off?
Yeah, I'll turn my lights off real quick.
All right. Con, I really like the red. Oh, I like this a lot. I like this a lot.
I have a lot of computer screens, so my lights are very bright.
That's okay. That's okay.
Also,
are you guys ready?
Also, our dogs, they like to fucking run around, play tag. I got them to lay down. I will not move from the spot because if I move just an inch, they'll get up and be like, where are we going?
Let me see if I can turn this down just a little bit. Nah, it's not going to do. Oh, there we go. That's a little darker, right?
That's better.
Amazing. Let's do it.
There's someone pretending to be my sister downstairs in my house. It has her voice, but I don't think it's really her. That's the name of this story. Bye, Eddie. My mother calls up to me from downstairs. I take my rightmost headphone off my ear and I pick up the sound of the general bustle in the downstairs hallway. I can hear my dad and my sister laughing to each other as coats are taken from the rack. Bye, I call back, keeping my eyes fixed on the screen. The game goes on. Are you sure you don't want to come? My mom calls up. It could be fun family outing. I roll my eyes. I'm good, Mom. Bye. My sister calls up too. Come on, Eddie. Don't sit around in a house like a loser all day. Goodbye, I shout again. All right, see you soon, my mom replies. Later, loser, Louise calls, though it's good-natured, really. We do get on. I can hear my mom gently chiding her, though I can't make out the words. I sure do recognize that tone. Their voices fade out and the footsteps soften. The front door is drawn closed. I hear the sound of my mom locking the door up behind her. I finally get some peace at last. Don't have to worry about anybody barging in and interrupting. I return my headphone to my ear and I reinvest my full attention to the matter at hand. Securing a victory. Gotta keep my current ranking. A second loss in a row and my score will tank. I can't afford that right now. Click, click, click. I tap away at the keys. Explosions rattle in my ears as I navigate the environment. Fully engrossed, muscles tensed as I do my best, at last bringing the round to a close. I clap my hands in victory and lean back, the chair squeaking as I do so. I slide off my headphones and take a moment to revel in the victory, listening to the soft patter of the rain against the window. The day is gray and overcast. Wind sighs gently in the trees on the street outside. I glance at the clock. Damn, it's almost been an hour already. How time flies. I spin around in my chair, drumming my fingers against the desk. I catch a quick reflection of myself in the mirror as it loads. Excuse me. Sat at my computer just like you probably are right now. Or maybe you're on your phone. Same difference. Connected, engaged, and yet, for now, alone. The rain patters and the game freezes. The loading circle becomes stuck mid-turn. I try to shake the mouse, but that too has become frozen. Fuck's sake, I mutter, tapping the escape key. Nothing. It says I'm going for Control-Alt-Delete that I hear a noise from downstairs. Sounded like a cupboard being shut. Instantly, I find myself suppressing a wave of panic. It's fascinating, really, how quickly one's level of alertness can change. All of my senses are primed, and I become hyper-aware of the sound of my breathing and of the beating of my heart. Maybe it was imagination. Maybe the sound was something else. Did it come from outside? But as I listen, it comes again. Another cupboard, and then what sounds like the fridge. It's okay, don't panic, don't panic. Serial killers don't go looking through cupboards and fridges, do they? I creep to my door and slowly, gently, steadily ease it open, slipping out into the corridor and tiptoeing to the banisters of the stairs, listening out for some more clues. I hold my breath, and then as I hear water start flowing into the sink, I allow myself to relax a little. Killers don't wash their hands before a murder. What would be the point? I'm summoning the courage to call down when I hear a voice call up first. All my tensions are relaxed at once, as the voice is my sister's. Hi, Eddie. I've got some food for you down here. I call back. Oh, great. Did you stop at the cookie place on your way back? Please tell me you got the caramel ones. There's a pause. Come down and see, she replies as I hear stuff being moved around on the counter. All right, give me a sec, I shout down, heading back into my room to force restart my computer. I take another look at the clock. They haven't been out very long. I wonder why they came back. Maybe the rain. I press and hold down the power button and then return through my door to the top of the stairs. How come you guys came back so early? There's no response. The door to my parents' room is open. I glance through it to see the rain wash gently down the window at my room's far side. For some reason, unknown to me at this stage, unease creeps quietly into the back of my head. Louise, I call down, still hesitating by the banister. Where's Mom and Dad? There's another silence.
I walk the length of the hallway, passing by a little window to the street outside. My parents' car has not returned. I continue on until I'm stood at the top of the stairs looking down them and into the hall below. The lights are still switched off, and an unsettling aura seeps up from the steps from the shadows beneath. Come on down, Eddie, comes my sister's voice from somewhere unseen. The kitchen, I think. Come see what I have for you.
Nope.
I can't hear the sound of cupboards now. There's no rustling, no movement of any objects or bags or jingling of keys. My sister finishes speaking, and then there's silence. Just silence. And then the gentle patter of the rain. My hands are sweating. What the hell is this? Eddie, come on, man. Just pull yourself together. But something compels me to remain where I stand. Some unseen force keeps me from taking a step down onto the stairs and descending to the bottom floor. Louise, I try to call back, but my voice fails me. It doesn't project the way I intended. I clear my throat, but my mouth is dry. The sensation is an uncomfortable one. Eddie, come downstairs. When did you get back? Where's the car? Silence. Louise? And then a moment later, from around the corner, my sister walks slowly and deliberately into view. She stops at the bottom of the stairs, still shrouded in shadow, and she looks up at me. We hold each other's gaze for a moment, her at the base of the steps and me at the top. She doesn't speak, and her expression shifts to a wide grin. Her teeth appear very white in the darkness. She makes a quick motion with one of her hands. Follow is the implication, and she turns and walks slowly back to the kitchen and out of sight. It's not until I can't see her that her voice comes again. Come on, Eddie. Come see what I have to show you. The hairs on the back of my neck all raise in cold alarm. I do not follow. With my jaw clenched and blood frozen in my veins, I make a hasty retreat to my room, where I close the door shut, perhaps just a little too quickly. The thud of the door going into its frame reverberates around the walls. Less than a second later, in that exact same instant, I hear the unmistakable sound of something barreling up the stairs, knocking carelessly into the banisters with rapid ascending creaks and clamoring. I cry out loud in terror, and with a surge of adrenaline, I grab hold of my chest of drawers. I haul it across the floor into place, blocking the door. My potted plant falls and lands with a dull thump at my feet. My heart hammers in my chest as I stare at the door, tensed and waiting for the handle to start rattling, waiting for something to throw itself against the door from the opposite side. My sister, maybe? But none of those things happen. The minutes tick by excruciatingly slowly. The sound of the sudden race up the stairs ended as quickly as it began, and with the utmost caution, I tentatively press my ear against the wood, listening, straining to hear for any sign or clue as to what the fuck is going on. Open the door, Eddie. My sister's voice whispers from the other side. I leap back from the door in horror, fumbling around on my desk for my phone, too afraid to look away. I grab it and tap in the passcode, my shaking fingers failing the password for the first time. Then the second. The thing on the other side of the door does not knock. It does not try to force its way in. It only repeats itself. Eddie, stop screwing around. Open the door and let me in. I have something to show you. I try to call my mom first. I bring the phone up to my ear. The line is engaged. Fuck. Come on, Eddie, open the door. I want to show you something. Louise, I reply at last, my voice trembling. You're freaking me the fuck out. If this is a prank, just stop, okay? Just stop. Open the door, Eddie. Open up and let me in. You need to see this. Please come with me. Please, if it's a prank, I forgive you. Just stop messing with me. Silence. And then, just come downstairs. You need to come downstairs with me. I'm calling the police. An overreaction, maybe, but better safe than sorry. The tone sounds through the phone. There's a click and then 911. What's your emergency? I take a deep breath. Hello? Oh, I'm so sorry. Hello, 911? There's an intruder in my house, I whisper at last, as quietly as I can, though evidently my sister hears. Her voice has risen in pitch. I don't think she likes this development. Eddie, you need to open the door. Let me in. You need to open the door. You need to open the door. Let me in. This is really important. This is important. Something about the way she says those final words set my teeth on edge. It wasn't slurred, just, I don't know how to describe it, as if the muscles for her speech, I guess, were getting tired. But despite my fear, I do my best to ignore her, and I provide my details to the person on the line. The rain starts hammering down against the glass, and the wind picks up too. Okay, sir, they say, after I've told them my location. A car will be with you shortly. Please stay on the line. I do so, keeping as far away from my bedroom door as I can, terrified that at any moment the person with my sister's voice is going to barge through. Eddie, she shouts, making me jump. Eddie, you need to let me in. You need to come with me. I swear that I hear a car drive past outside, and I turn to look through the rain, washed windows, and as I do so, my heart nearly stops in my chest. Down there at the side of the road, standing in the rain and looking up at my window, right at me, is my family. My mom, my dad, and Louise, just standing in the line, hands by their sides, staring up at me and into the window. And they're all smiling, all grinning that same chilling grin, looking up at me, unblinking.
Nope.
Fuck no.
No.
The police arrive about 10 minutes after that, and they had a hell of a time calming me down. I never heard my sister leave from behind the doorway, though the officers didn't find anyone, even after a thorough search of the house. My family outside vanished after I briefly turned away. 1 minute they were there, and the
Yeah.
next they were gone. They were gone. My mother, my real mother, God hope, nearly had a panic attack of her own when she came home to find cop cars parked up outside. Louise had no idea what the hell I was talking about. None of them did, and she insists that she wasn't playing any kind of prank. She can be annoying, but still, I really can't see her doing anything like this. I can't see any of them doing anything like this. I had to wait to see their mouths move in time to their speech before I could even begin to let my guard down. It's been about a month since this incident. I have a lock on my door now, and I haven't seen or heard anything quite so terrifying, but I still get angsty at night. And hell, who wouldn't? And I tell you what else, too. When my family are heading out and they ask if I want to go, I say yes.
I don't think I like this segment. I don't know if I can do this every week.
Oh,
Do you guys like it?
So
yeah, but whoa.
So can I
I
tell
don't know
you?
if I can handle the tension like that every week,
Can I tell you
Sheila.
something? So that story she told, that is one of my favorite scary Reddit stories. So
Is it?
I was very pleased that she told that. So I don't know what scares y'all, but like I think just watching scary, like these scary Reddit joints. Shouts out to Kat. From watching these scary Reddit joints, I learned what scares me is like doppelganger stories or imposter stories.
Yeah.
Those stories freak me the fuck out. Just the
Mhm.
idea of like being around somebody and then learning like that's not really them.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just it's like fuck, bro. Like what did I do around this person that they picked up on?
Right.
That shit scares the shit out of me.
Did I do the story justice?
You smoked it.
Oh, absolutely.
So glad you guys
very
liked
well.
You body that.
Okay, that was
Yeah,
scary.
dude.
That was actually. I'm not gonna lie. At one point, I kind of just So I hadn't read that story yet. I was reacting to it the first time the same way you guys were reacting to it the first time, and I think I wanted to read it before so I could get the voices right and the influxes right and everything, but I kind of wanted to be just as surprised as you guys were. And at one point, when she was like whispering through the door, I kind of got like full body chills.
Yeah, dude. The fucking like when the sisters like getting angrier. It's like yeah, you're already creepy. Like you're already fucking fucking me up, and then you're like, no, this is important. Like comment like, oh no.
Nah, what would get me is that part where they're like, it didn't sound like her speech was slurred, but that like the muscles in her speech were starting to yeah, bro. Imposter stories are like what scare the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
I'm gonna send you something, Sheila, and I'm gonna have you read about it. And it's something that a friend of mine says that he personally experienced, like within the last couple of years. And he's older than I am, so he's like full-grown adult man. He still brings this up, and it scares the shit out of him that this happened like, at his front door. So I'm gonna send it to you. You can look into it, and maybe you can use it as one of your stories because it's not like the only reported incident of it. So I'm going to send you it and see if it's something you might want to talk about one day.
I very much do. Okay, perfect.
That's fucking crazy. I like this segment. I think we should keep it going. Because I like the idea of just hearing a good story and reacting to it. No, I definitely want to keep it going. We are getting late, but we do have a pay-per-view coming up. So I think we should at least try to run through a lot of our
PLE tonight.
NXT. I got it on my phone. Right now.
Oh, what the Halloween Havoc?
Halloween Havoc.
Oh shit!
Andre Chase is beating the shit out of Ridge Holland right now.
So
And
with
Bapes,
that
he's
being
wearing
said-
Bapes. He's wearing Bapes, which I was very pleasantly surprised.
Andre Tate has a fire shoe game.
Yeah, bro. I didn't expect a guy like him to be that locked in, but shouts out Jeff. He said he was wearing Bapes. I had to see for myself. He is 100% wrestling in Bapes. Wrestling first for me. I've never seen it done before. I fuck with him. I already fucked with Chase U, but yeah.
All right. With that
Sheila.
being said, you guys going into the wrestling stuff, I'm gonna go make dinner, and I'm so glad you guys enjoyed the story. Next week is gonna be even scarier, I promise.
Love you.
Now she's gonna go cook her shrimp.
I'm gonna go cook my
She
shrimp.
just cooked, and now she's gonna go and cook.
Bye, y'all.
I'm a rapper. No big deal.
That was Sheila with Scream Queen.
Mhm.
And now it is time to get into the crown jewel. Just looking off of the card, have you guys familiarized yourself with the card?
Nah, I'm
Not really. Okay.
totally blind. Totally blind.
I'm this is kind of cool. Good card. There's about 7-8 matches in this. It's a little bigger than normal WWE cards, which I fuck with. But yeah, so let's get into the first one.
Let's do it. This has been announced.
So here's what happened. So they recorded SmackDown again. So they did SmackDown last night, and then they recorded this week's coming up SmackDown last night as well. So SmackDown's technically already happened. So I figured since we aren't gonna be able to we're not gonna be able to do a podcast before Crown Jewel. But this is the only podcast we have before Crown Jewel, because Crown Jewel's on Saturday.
Yeah.
And so then Sunday we do our pod. So I figured we just, spoiler alert, if you didn't know that this is confirmed now. I'm not sure of the new bloodline, whether it's going to be Solo and Tonga, and like it's showing here, but it will be Bloodline versus New Bloodline in a trios match. So, Khan, I will start with you. Where do you see this going?
I'm for just storyline wise, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say New Bloodline takes this one, and I feel like they probably reached their conclusion at Survivor Series.
Okay, that's kind of where I was at too.
Yeah, I don't think it's a one-off with these guys.
No, this is good. We're gonna be seeing this until like the dawn of time type shit. Like, we're definitely gonna be doing this for a while. Hambone, what about you?
I agree. New Bloodline's got to win somehow here, especially because I think it's. I mean, obviously, we haven't seen what's happening yet on this SmackDown. If you haven't read the spoilers or anything like that, but this whole Jay rejoining kind of happened a little too quick for me.
I agree.
Really should have done a harder decision for him.
Yeah, they could have stretched that out.
Yeah.
I'm with that too.
So I feel like we kind of have to see more of that after this match, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like Con said, I mean, you got to get to War Games. I mean, Sami Zayn probably coming back for that. You know what I mean? So
if we're doing predictions, my prediction is that I mean, Ham took the words right out of my mouth. I felt like this kind of happened a little too quick. I feel like they could have stretched this out. If I'm just thinking like just on a psychological level here, because the OG bloodline is coming off of a breakup, I would imagine that first match is them trying to get back on the same page.
Yeah,
I would imagine that's the story they would be telling with this first encounter. And then if they are, this is just me because I don't know what's going to happen. But if the plan is for them to finish this out at War Games, then I would imagine that the Saudi Arabia story is the OG bloodline trying to get familiar with each other as a unit again, and coming up short because someone's not on the same page. Remember, Jay was reluctant to rejoin originally, and Roman clearly still has his reserves of Jay joining too. So I would imagine that's the story they would tell during that match, and then they would get it together for the War Game story, and then it would be like an actual war amongst the OG bloodline and the new bloodline. That's my prediction.
So my thing with this is, so I have a question for both of you. Either one of you can answer because I'm not sure. When did Roman come back?
Like 2 months ago.
I don't even feel it. Has it been that long? Doesn't feel like it's been that
2,
long.
maybe 1. No more than 2. If you're asking.
Okay, so maybe okay, so let's say it's been 2 months or so. I really think Jimmy and Roman really should have like probably happened earlier. I say all this to say that I really think War Games is a huge part of this story, right? I think whatever we see at War Games is going to be a really huge part of the story. Now, whether that's the ending of the story or it's just a big chapter in it, one of those things is true, right? That's my full belief in this. It always has been. When Roman lost and left, that I figured War Games was going to be a big thing. That we're going to do Bloodline versus something, right?
Mm-hmm.
I really wish that there was more time before War Games to where Jay didn't have to be rushed into this like they have, because we're about a month and a half from War Games. November 30th is War Games, and
they could have stretched that out.
You could have really stretched that out and done something, but you made him Intercontinental Champion a couple weeks ago. Then you lost him, and then you had Jimmy rejoin Roman, and then you had Jay join. So it's like it came really fast, and I really wish they kind of made it so where like if they had prepped it more, that either Roman coming back earlier or Jimmy joining Roman earlier, something happening earlier to where Jay doing this doesn't feel so quick.
Because it feels like it's only been like 2 weeks of them. Like the first week was them acknowledging we need Jay's help. The second week was, okay, let's try to get him back. And it feels like on week 2, like on week 1, Jay was like, no. And then week 2, Jay was like, okay. And I mean, we all watched the story. It's like, if we're just, you can't help but just think like, really, 2 weeks is all you needed to think on this?
Hamo, go ahead.
So I agree with that. So they have not handled this well at all, because so Jimmy and Jay at this point have had 3 interactions. The first one, Jay straight up said, I don't want to talk to you. He walked out of the arena and didn't speak to him. The second one, Jay walks up to him and daps him up like, oh, we're good again. But Roman, you and I, we're not good again. And then on the third interaction, which was the last one, they hug, they're back together. That shit happened too quickly itself, right?
Way too fast, bro. I feel like they should have, and I mean, we all gonna talk about what we should have felt like. What would have made more sense to me, let me put it that way. What would have made more sense to me was, because again, we have a month and a half to stretch this out. Jay works on getting good with his brother first. They, maybe 2-3 weeks of that. I would have been cool with 2-3 weeks of them trying to get their shit together, right? Because they're twins, they're brothers. That makes sense that they will be able to patch the shit up within that time frame, right? And then you work towards getting back good with Roman, because Jimmy was totally on board with getting good with Jay. Roman seemed like he was like, I don't know about all that, right? So it would have made more sense to me where it's Jimmy and Jay working on their shit. They find, they reconcile, and now it's Jimmy trying to play moderator, saying, look, all 3 of us, how you feel about it? And then it's a struggle for a couple of weeks of, I got to get Jay on board. I got to get Roman on board. They're not on board. That would have made much more sense to me.
And also, wouldn't this have made more sense too? Because everybody's complaining about, Jay won the Intercontinental title just so he could lose it, so they could put him back in this storyline, right? And everybody's upset because everybody's been waiting for Jay to finally win the big one. Main event Jay. He's been main event Jay for 2 years, and he's finally winning a title, and they took it away from him, right? Wouldn't this have made more sense is if the same thing happened on Raw, but instead of Jay losing, the new bloodline comes out, they start interfering, then out comes Jimmy, and then the new bloodline take him out, and then Roman's music hits. Roman comes out, clears out the new bloodline, Jay retains, and then to me it makes more sense for Jay to go, okay, well, maybe he has changed. Maybe he is sorry because he just helped me and he really didn't have to. And then that makes more sense that Jay would forgive Roman over just taking the title off of him and well, I lost it, so I guess I'll join back up with you guys.
So I think for me, I if we want to really like, if we don't think about storyline, I think if we really pull back the curtain on this, I think if this is any other pay-per-view, obviously not a big four or anything. If this is any other PLE and this isn't a Saudi Arabia PLE, we don't touch a bloodline story at all with this PLE. We don't need it. We got tons of other things going on. We don't need the bloodline to be on every PLE. I think the only reason this is happening at this PLE is because this is a Saudi Arabia PLE and they wanted Roman Reigns. I really think that's the only reason they did this, and I think it's rushing the story, and it's unfortunate.
Yeah, you could have just skipped this and continue the storyline and have the blow off be at War Games. You didn't need to do a match here between them.
Yeah, and I'm saying this not knowing. I don't know any spoilers of what's happening at SmackDown. This is the only spoiler I know is that this match is confirmed. So I don't know what happened at SmackDown on this coming up Friday. Well, I'll know on Friday when I watch it. But if they were skipping this PLE, I think they probably could have had enough time to stretch this out and really like you could have had Jay actually like forgive or whatever you want to say, like maybe a week before War Games, and by that point too, you got Sammy and whoever it is else that's going to be involved in the full War Games, because it's going to be like 4 or 5 guys on each side of the team, isn't it not? Yeah. So it's like you could have built all this time to get Jay on board, get Sammy on board, maybe even get Cody on board, and then the new bloodline finds a 5th member, blah blah blah. Maybe it's Rock. I don't know. But you could have skipped this PLE and really built this out, stretched it out, feel like it's not being rushed, because right now it feels rushed as hell. Yeah. There's no reason we should be seeing Jay, Jimmy, and Roman fight right now.
No. If you needed to put the bloodline on the card, you could have just had them do a non-wrestling segment.
Or if you needed to have Roman on the card, there's still so much more you could have done with this. You could have just done Roman versus Tama. You probably don't want to do Roman and Jacob immediately because that's going to be big. You could have had Roman challenge Solo and Solo go, you know what? You're not getting me by myself. If you want me and Tama versus you in a handicap.
Or Tonga and Tama and versus Roman in a handicap. Something.
Yeah. You could have done something like this, but now you've rushed the story. Now you've rushed the story to make it to where it's like kind of a War Games preview, and that's not something we really need. And it's just it's a money play, and I don't like it.
It's a money play. But if you have to do it, like I said in the beginning of this, if they have to do this right, I think the story that should be told, because this is all about the bloodline storyline.
Yeah,
story should be told is that they just got back together. They're not on the same page yet. I feel like that's the way you salvage this. You know what I mean? The way that's the way that you salvage
it. Looks rough. It looks really
tell
rough.
The story because they got back quick, bro. Like that's really quick.
You're not going to fall back in line real quick.
Yeah. So the story to tell here is that they're not on the same page right now because of the fact that they haven't been around each other in a while.
Yeah, just think that maybe what happened, the match is happening, and at some point, Roman, he still hasn't changed completely, right? So he's still in the mindset of he's the tribal chief, and he starts tossing Jay around, and Jay's like, "Nah, we're not doing that anymore." Yeah. And at some point, Jay just walks out and goes, "You know what? If you're like this, I'm not doing this."
Yeah,
I kind of hope that happens. I kind of hope Jay walks out like mid-match or something. Yeah. I would love to see something like that.
The rest of the time between then and War Games, trying to show Jimmy or Jay, hey, you're right. I'm sorry. I've changed. Muscle memory, whatever. That's why I did it. To get Jay to finally forgive him. But that'd be cool too. Jay walks down and says, if you're gonna boss me around, we ain't doing this because we're past that.
Yeah,
that would be the story. Like Jay. Like reminding Roman, like, dog, we are equals at this point.
Yeah, I'm not the right hand man anymore.
Yeah. This one's a big one. So it's a 4-way match for the tag team championship. So we got Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair versus Damage Control versus Metaphor versus Piper and Chelsea. if I'm just gonna spew off real quick, I think they retain. I don't like, again, it's Crown Jewel.
Really?
We considered it, yeah, we considered it a non-canon event. I don't really, I mean, I could probably see Chelsea and Piper taking it, but Metaphor just got introduced to me as a person who only watches the main Carter. I don't watch a lot on NXT, so I'm not hip to them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they just got introduced to the main card maybe a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've done it before with the women's tag team, so it's never say never. But I don't think they take this here. Damage Control, I'm just past them as a fan, as a
yeah, they're not doing
person
it.
who's watched that group. I'm over them. I'm good off them. They're
Once,
not doing
once
nothing.
Bailey left, it was kind of hard for me to stay locked in.
Exactly. So,
and it's not against them, man. It's not against them. But
no. It's just
Bailey
it is what it is. Yeah.
With Bailey gone, they don't. It just seems like they don't really have much of a story for them at the moment.
Yeah.
I think people have their time, and I think we're past the Damage Control time. Hambo, what say you?
I actually think that this will be the first Crown Jewel title change, and I do think that it's going to be Chelsea and Piper. I don't see them beating Jade and Bianca. They're going to pin somebody else, probably Jakara or Lash. But I see them walking out because I feel like, Chelsea's been getting used a lot. She's getting a good crowd reaction. I feel like they do want to finally pull the trigger on her in some way. And also, I think they're going to start doing some kind of split between Bianca and Jade. And more so, I feel like they want to use these titles more, especially in NXT. And I feel like they almost Bianca and go, you two are too big for NXT. Chelsea and Piper, though, we'll throw them down there and we'll let them face all the women's tag teams because there's a good amount of women's tag teams down in NXT.
That's true.
So I am saying Piper and Chelsea walk out as a fluke win over somebody who is not Bianca or Jade.
Con, before you go, I want to say this. Instead of doing this bullshit Crown Jewel Championship we were supposed to get, everyone thought that we were going to get the women's mid-card title, right? Didn't we all think that when we saw that thing? We're like, oh, this is going to be the women's mid-card finally, right? Wouldn't the perfect way to push fucking Chelsea Green right now is to give her the women's mid-card?
That'd be the excellent.
I think it'd be the best way to do it. Like, I think that, like, she is, like, one of the hottest talents, I think, right now in WWE. One of the hottest ticket items.
Most entertaining, in my opinion.
Most entertaining. You give her the brand new shiny title with Piper Niven standing behind her. I think that'd be fucking excellent.
Wrong with that.
But they just keep fucking dropping the ball with that thing. I don't know what they're doing with that.
Wrong with that.
Con, what say you with this match?
Honestly, bro, I got Metaphor winning it.
Really?
The only reason why is just like I knew who, like, I'm relatively familiar with them, because I just started locking back into NXT. I mean, I got Halloween Havoc on right now.
Okay.
And when I first started locking back in, Lash Legend was one of the first ones I started seeing. Just and it's a really small detail, bro, but just obviously they've been promoting them on other shows, so the fans can get familiar with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I see them a lot. You know what I mean? I see them a lot. Again, we know why, but I don't know. I feel like out of all these women, it just feels like WWE's kind of throwing them in our faces the most. And I don't say that in a negative way.
No.
Because I'm a fan of them. But that alone kind of gives me. And plus, Hambone said, the NXT, with the NXT, with NXT, I feel like it would be probably a good move to put the NXT Women's Championship in NXT. I'm just not tapping back in. So I don't know what the women's tag team division looks like in NXT right now. But I think that from what I've seen from these two, putting it on them could be a way to help. I really have no logical way or logical data to back up what I'm saying. But if you're asking me, I'm picking Metaphor. I think that they're going to win.
No, I feel you on that one.
And I'm going to run to the bathroom one more time because I drank a fuck ton of water. Stay hydrated.
No problem. All right. I'm gonna put us into this. How was your weekend, Hambone?
If I'm being honest, it was stressful.
Why was it stressful?
Oh man,
if you want to go into it,
personal stuff. I got some friends going through stuff. I tend to be the friend that everybody comes to when they're going through shit, and I try to be that friend for people, you know. You know, my mom's in the hospital, so I had to do that. You know, it's just a lot of personal stuff.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why don't we just go to the next one though? I could just give my opinion, you know, and then Tom could come up.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm trying to get out of here, Nick. We're going on 3 hours.
That's true. We are going a long time, aren't we?
So isn't it like since LA Knight has won this title, it's been weird, right? Like what are they
his I will say his reign has been a little awkward, like bumpy. Like a bumpy road. Like it's like he's like he won it. Has he defended it yet?
Yes, he's already defended it more than Logan Paul did.
That's amazing. As far but like no like real notable defenses though, right?
No, nothing.
Yeah, so that's kind of what it's been like for me. It's been like because Logan Paul was barely here, so everything he did was notable, unfortunately. Yeah. And then, but I just feel like he's been kind of just like
it's kind of floating around.
It's fumbling around, and like it's like anyone he's really like fucking around with, it's like people who are like, in my opinion, like just like way lower stars than he is right now.
Sure.
And so it's just like, and I understand it's a mid-card title. I understand that. But also like he's a little, I'm not saying he's bigger than the title. What I'm saying is he's bigger than the competition for the title.
Sure. Yeah.
And so it's like it's anytime I just see him and he's messing around with, sorry, but Carmelo and Andrade are not exactly the like drawing points of this match at all to me. I've never understood why people like Andrade. I don't understand why he bounces back from company to company to company, doing the exact same character every fucking time, and someone doesn't go, that's not working, try something else. No one seems to do that. And we're still dealing with the same Andrade.
Like, why doesn't this guy get over? Well, because he does the same fucking thing everywhere, and it's not interesting.
I'm
sorry, he's not interesting.
We keep selling the same. I think Con tried to say something. What did you say, Con?
You said what?
Did you say something?
Nah, I was saying that.
Oh, my bad. So,
we talking about this?
We're talking about Andrade mainly. So exactly the same thing. We have this conversation for a little background about Andrade in our group chat all the time. But I don't. My thing with this whole thing was that Hambone said that LA Knight's title reign has been a little rocky and a little bumpy, and I said the same thing. And I said that I'm not saying that LA Knight is bigger than the U.S. title, but what I am saying is he's bigger than the competition that is there for the U.S. title.
He outgrew the division before he even won the belt.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like I don't like, it's a mid-card title and you're gonna fight mid-carders, but the talent that you are facing compared to the stardom that is LA Knight doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and I really don't think they know what to do with that.
You know what? You know why I think that is though, Nick? And we've had this. We were just saying this. Andrade is not over. He's not over.
I don't think he's over.
And I'm a huge Melo fan. Melo is not really over on the main roster.
Not on the main roster, no.
Melo is huge in NXT, but not on the main roster.
Yeah. So you take these two guys, Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. They're really not over, and you're putting them in the ring with a guy who is ridiculously over. He's
white hot.
Over.
White hot.
And just because of that, they definitely don't seem like they're in his realm, and it's because they're not. They're not over like he is right now. Bro,
they've been talking about like the company has been talking about Andrade and Carmelo like it's Rocky Creed, and it's not even close. It's like it's the dumbest thing in the world. And they go, it's fucking Carmelo Andrade 7. Like, I don't need to see them 7 times. I didn't need to see them twice.
Hold on. Because I agree with y'all with pretty much everything y'all saying. And Nick, if you're not feeling the series, I ain't even mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that I do understand why they're doing it. AEW did it with, I think they did it Man,
I know who you're talking about, but
they
I don't
did it
remember
with-
who it was. Yeah.
I think it was Kenny Omega, and I think it was Kenny Omega and Hangman, maybe. And
Okay.
maybe it was the Lucha Bros. I want to say. Remember where they did like a
Oh yeah. It was like Death Triangle and fucking. You're right. No, they did this with like the trios or something.
Pretty sure it was like
I don't know what
the
just
Elite.
happened there.
I think it was the Elite.
Yeah, it was, I'm sorry, I had my mic muted, but yes, it was the Elite versus the Death Triangle in a best of 5.
They did that. I think what and I hope I'm not saying nothing that y'all already know, but I think what they're trying to do is, I guess, build. I'm trying to find the best way to say this. To me, it feels like what they're trying to do when they do that is like build a hype, build a story.
I know what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm not. Again, I'm not trying to tell you something y'all don't already know.
No, yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's
because I don't give a fuck about Andrade. Not one fuck.
no.
This is not a Andrade Stan podcast.
I don't
No.
give a shit about it, man. Like, and I
No.
just, but I will say for me, because I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've watched every single match of this 7-match series.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that I have been able to catch, I was pleasantly surprised, right? So I would assume that is the goal when they do shit like this. To me, like I tuned into SmackDown yesterday. I thought the series was over. But
they did it again with Knight as a ref, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think the only reason why I interjected was to say that, like, I guess I understand why they do it. And
Oh no,
it's kind of, and it's also kind of worked on me a little bit, but just a little bit.
I understand why they did it. I understand why doing something like that. I disagree that I don't disagree with you that it worked on you. If it worked on you, that's awesome.
I guess the part that I disagree
me.
with you in is when you say that, like, because you said it's stupid. I don't think it's stupid.
Oh no, yeah, no. It's only
it's just not working because of who they picked.
You're right. No, you're right. It's not stupid because it's not a dumb idea.
It's not a dumb idea.
Great idea. Do it. I didn't appreciate it because I
do it
like Andrade.
I would not do it with these two. And
no.
nothing,
so that's yeah.
Again, it's a bad idea because you're doing it with two guys who nobody cares about yet.
Here's the thing about Carmelo, though. Here's the thing about Carmelo, though, right? I think that in a Carmelo's case, he's not over, right? Like, he's not over, but I don't think people don't care about Carmelo.
Sure. No, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. No, I agree with that.
People see it in him.
Yeah, like
this guy can be over.
He can be. He can be, right? With Andrade, I don't, and this ain't hate. I don't fucking see it.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't fucking see it. Like when like niggas love to say that there's an aura. Like, you know, some guys have aura. It is non-existent with this guy, bro. It's not fucking existent. So I think that if you wanted to do this with somebody else, it might have worked. I don't know who would have been the best one for Carmelo to do a series. LA might have been the best one to do the series with, as opposed to Andrade. But I think that it's a good concept, but poor execution.
Okay, here's my thing. I want to get a little tiny sentimental with y'all. We clearly missed the fuck out of each other, and we clearly missed the fuck out of this podcast. We are going on 3 hours, and we're not even halfway through this pay-per-view. Yeah. We gotta speed this shit up. Yeah. We all work tomorrow.
Yeah, let's speed run it.
So let's fucking keep running it. Con, who are you picking?
It's a triple threat.
Yeah.
LA.
Okay, we're all picking LA. Got it. This is Randy Orton versus.
I got KO winning this one.
Do you?
I'd have to go KO too. It's the same as like the Bloodline ones. If he doesn't win, if KO doesn't win, then this storyline's over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
To win immediately. So yeah,
I think KO's winning this one.
Okay,
because I don't think because it's not going to hurt Randy if Randy loses.
No.
Also, can
Randy,
I also
Randy can't be hurt?
The other reason why I think KO is going to win here, because I think that Sammy is going to rejoin the Bloodline. KO is going to have a problem with him doing that. We're going to get the same thing with KO and Sammy as with Cody, and we're gonna get KO and Sammy at WrestleMania versus
Yeah, plus they're never gonna stop feuding those two.
Yeah.
It's always gonna be on and off with them.
Yep.
We're gonna get KO feuding with all his friends for the rest of the year, and maybe even pushing into like a elimination chamber type.
Also,
events.
I don't care how many times they wrestle. Me personally, I'll never have a problem with KO and Sammy going at it.
Hell no, I love it.
Never have a problem with it.
Yeah, I'm also picking KO.
Yeah, I think KO got that one. Ooh, I think Seth,
I don't know.
I think Seth won that one.
Seth versus Bronson Reed. Khan says Seth. Handbo, where are you going?
I'm gonna say Bronson. I think Seth is in the point of his career. He can take losses, and he knows that he should to make some more stars. I think they're really pushing Bronson right now, so I'm going him.
Yeah, so like I think Seth, just because it's Saudi, and Saudi, we already talked about like how Saudi gives it up.
Money.
That's why I think that Seth would win. But to add to your point, Seth would not, like you say, he's in a position where it's not going to hurt him if he loses. And truthfully, I don't think he would mind doing the job for Bronson.
Oh, no,
I really don't think
so either.
Yes,
no reason he's in this.
Because I didn't give a shit about Bronson Reed. I really didn't. But ever since he's been just going around just beating the shit out of the locker room, he's made a new fan of me. He's made a new fan of me, bro.
Yeah, he fucks Seth up. Yeah, that was for me.
I love that is Bronson's gimmick now. No matter who it is, his gimmick is that he's just gonna beat the fuck out of his anywhere on every single episode of every single show whenever he can.
Yeah.
To Bronson, the perfect definition of Bronson's gimmick right now is on site.
On site. Yep.
Yeah. On-site Bronson
Reed.
We
know he's big, bro. We know he's big, but like, that wasn't because I remember me and him used to talk about that all the time. Like, yeah, we know he's big. Stop telling us he's big. Yeah. What else? And this is the what else for me. He knows he's big, and because of that, he's going to beat the dog shit out of anybody that crosses his path. I'm on board with a heel like that.
Yep, me too. I'm also gonna go with Bronson. I think Seth is gonna do the job here. I'm not like reluctant to do the job either. I think he's definitely just trying to put talent over, and I really think they should probably either equate or make it even more vicious than when Bronson did it like 7-8 times that one night. I think you got to double up and double down, like do all that. Like you got to make Bronson Reed look like he's a vicious motherfucker in Saudi Arabia to the point that they want to kick him out of the country type shit. Yeah. Like they don't want him back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of shit. I think
Seth wins. I think Seth wins, but I hope he doesn't. And it's not because I'm not a fan of him. It's because it looks like Ham said, it looks like they are pushing him and building him up. Keep that shit going.
Yep. I'm with that. Liv Morgan versus Nia Jax, champion versus champion for the first ever Crown Jewel Women's Championship. I do not know. I'm gonna be honest with you. And here's my thing, real quick. I do want to get into something real quick. Khan has been dominating the fuck out of us in predictions all fucking year. You haven't seen it because we've not been on air, and I will show it to you guys in a second. But Khan has been absolutely dominant. So I'm gonna wait for Khan to say what he's gonna say and maybe tail him. Because this just seems like the best money play for me. No, I'm not gonna do that. But Khan, what do you think, man?
It's hard to call this one because it can go either way. Because there's shenanigans that can happen on both sides. Nia don't need the help to beat Liv Morgan. But if we're adding bullshit to it, you know what I mean? Tiffy can come in and fuck it up for Liv. Judgment Day can come in and fuck it up for Nia. But something tells me that I think Nia's probably going to win it.
Okay.
Which I want Nia to win it. You know what I mean?
I
love me some Nia. But I think that Nia got it.
I
feel like this is her year. I feel like this is I feel like this year is her year.
Would it comparing it to Liv? I would definitely say it's Nia's year.
Mm-hmm.
Nia's definitely been holding it down.
I think the only way Liv
especially
wins,
after all the shit that went down with her. And
I think the only way that Liv wins in this, she's not beating her clean. The only way the only way Liv wins is if she has help, and I mean she has more than enough help. I mean we see her, she's with Raquel now. I feel like if Liv wins, that's the way that she wins. But I got Nia winning.
Hammo, where you at?
I don't think no matter which way this goes, it's not going to be clean. Because of that.
No.
I honestly, these two matches for the Crown Jewel Championships, they're kind of weird. You're taking the two champions, and somebody's got to lose, right? Somebody's got to look here. So it's kind of weird. I'm gonna say that it's Nia winning. I'm gonna say that I think it's most likely shenanigans to happen to Liv with possibly Rhea, because Rhea's not even on the card. At least next.
No,
Because my only other thought was, oh, this is where Tiffy
cashes in. Yep.
But then I went, are they going to waste that at Saudi? Because when Tiffy cashes in, there's going to be a big pop.
It's going to be a big deal.
It's going to be a big moment, but not in Saudi. So I'm going to say probably some interference from Rhea or something like that.
Yeah.
You're saying Nia? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nia.
Yeah, I was. My initial thought was, I think that I'm a little jaded with the Crown Jewel thing because it is a Saudi show, and I'm just looking at it as like, what would be the best money play, right? For a lot of this, like, what's the best money thing? And like, the best money play is to bring in people like, Roman Reigns and just make him do a thing and all this stuff, blah blah blah. And I feel like the best money play for Crown Jewel would be to have the money in the bank, cash in right here, and win, right? So my initial thought was going to be, I don't think it truly matters who wins this, because whoever wins this is losing their title, because Tiffy's going to cash in on them and win it. And honestly, I think the better story is Tiffany cashing in on Nia, because they've been friends for so long. Yeah. Tiffany cashing in on Liv doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, if Tiffany cashes in on Liv, there's no payoff.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
None. Makes zero sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And so I think if we do see that, I see Tiffany cashing in on Nia, so that would mean that Nia wins. I'm most likely gonna say that I'm also gonna pick Nia. For that particular reason. I can still see. I know that Hambone said that I don't think the biggest pop would be in Saudi, and I agree with that, but I still think they might pull that trigger.
Sure.
This is probably most likely your main event here. First ever Crown Jewel champion versus champion with Cody Rhodes and Gunther. Khan says Gunther.
I also say Gunther.
I can't picture Cody beating Gunther, to keep it a being with you. I
don't even think it's that. I think, again, shenanigans somewhere.
Yeah. Whether it's clean, whether it's a clean or shenanigans, I can't picture it. At least not now.
I can either see a Kaiser influence. Ludwig Kaiser.
I don't feel like I subscribe to the can't see Cody beating him, because if Cody could beat Roman, he can beat Gunther.
I'm talking about just specifically for Saudi Arabia. I just don't see it. I feel like they're really, really trying to make it so that Gunther is the dominant one. So just in general, Cody can beat Gunther. But Saudi Arabia specifically, I don't see Cody beating him.
I think the most likely scenario is Cody is going to lose here. And it's going to be because earlier in the night, KO is going to beat Randy, and then he's going to come out and he's going to interfere in this because he's trying to get to Cody, and they won't give him Cody. So this is the way to do it.
Cody had, aside from because they gave Cody essentially two stories told at the same time.
Yep.
He's got the shit with Gunther, and then he's got the shit going on with KO. He got his ass beat by KO, right? And there's been no follow-up to that yet. But WWE is not going to leave that like a loose end untied with that. They're not. So that's why I was like, he's not winning. He's not. That is going to pop back up in some way at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
He's facing Randy right now. I refuse to believe that KO is not going to circle back to Cody at some point at Saudi Arabia.
Yep. No, I'm also gonna go with Gunther. I don't think I subscribe all the way, like Hambone said, to Cody can't beat Gunther. But I do agree with how you put it, Con. I think in Saudi Arabia, I think the Gunther is the heavy favorite there.
Yeah, when I said that, I wasn't saying in general Cody can't.
No. Yeah, I feel you. I definitely feel you.
Because of what he's got going, it's strictly because of what he's got going on.
Cody's got a lot of baggage coming into this match. So
really, when you think about it, Gunther's got Nothing else going on.
No,
Other than-
this is the
other
only
than
focus he
Dean
has.
making a passing comment of "I'm coming back for you."
Yeah,
That's
no.
it.
Yeah, it's
An-
the
Another thing could be, and it just popped into my head. I don't know how likely it is, but because of Saudi, I don't know. You know what I mean? This is a Hail Mary prediction.
Mhm.
Cody could lose because The Rock might pop back up again.
that.
I don't know how possible that is. I don't know how possible that is, but
if you subscribe to my theory, which is I feel like a lot of the Saudi stuff is a money play, bring The Rock. We want The Rock. If I'm Saudi Arabia, I want the fucking Rock. And The Rock just showed up a month ago.
That's exactly because he showed up. Don't know.
He's here.
That was.
He's around.
Don't know what the fuck that was, but you know,
bring him to Riyadh.
I didn't expect him to pop up at the last one. There's a chance he could pop up at this one. I don't know.
Bring him to Riyadh, please.
I'm just saying that it could happen.
That honestly, that's probably honestly now I'm thinking that's what's happening.
You don't even need to bring The Rock. Just think, Cody and Gunther are having this match, right? And at some point, Cody's got the upper hand, right? He's about to beat Gunther somehow, hit the crossroads. Bam! Rock's music hits.
Just play it. Yeah.
Play his music. Cody gets distracted. Gunther takes advantage, beats him, and then afterwards, all you got to do is play a pre-taped segment from The Rock.
Yeah, Rock only had to be in there.
Yeah, you don't even have to
That's
be
true.
there. You just make it look like he might be there.
If you did that and then like it just like cut to like a vignette of Rock just like maniacally laughing. Yeah, just like in the dark, like maniacally laughing, and then just like maybe he just like drives off and does. That's it. It's just Rock drive like Rock's like in the car. It's just like and just dips, and we don't even hear him say a word. That would be hard.
That'd be great. I like that.
So we're all three saying Gunther there.
Yeah.
I do have one more match that I do want you guys to look at. There's one more.
All right.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this was announced for Saudi Arabia. What do you guys think? This is happening at Crown Jewel.
This one
triple threat. This will be it'll be Robert Roode is gonna do it. He's gonna
Bobby Roode's producing.
Robert Roode's producing this one.
Yeah, a little bit of
Mick Foley's gonna help out.
You're getting the Canadian in to produce this one.
Yeah. He's unbiased, so he's gonna be fair. He's gonna call it down the middle. So Bobby Roode's gonna produce this. Listen, I think if you put Batista against Undertaker and you give King Kamala, just let Donald and Tim Walz fight it out, and I think it'll be good.
Yeah,
Batista dog walking the Undertaker.
That's what I'm saying. So you have him handle the Undertaker. The rest is easy, bro.
Have you seen Batista's knees recently? They look fantastic.
Bro, Batista looks fantastic.
We are making potting great again, people.
Absolutely, we are.
You see it.
I had to put this in here because I just thought it was really funny. I was like, if you really put this triple threat together, like, and you make sure Batista handles Undertaker, Kamala got either one of them other dudes, and then Tim Walsh can just handle the other guy.
I think so.
King can't do nothing.
No, Undertaker, bro. Knees mean a lot.
Yeah,
knees mean a lot, bro.
Yeah,
you need them.
Really, it's Undertaker and Kane versus they're both their set of knees. It's the match there. That's the match that we need to have right there.
Actually, it's actually Undertaker and Kane versus Time.
Put that in the fucking main event of fucking SummerSlam Night 2, and I'll watch it.
Turn that shit into a 6-man tag team match. Make it Kane, The Undertaker, and the best Ben Gay you can find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then 6 pairs of knees and see how that goes.
Okay, y'all know how like award shows play music. You know how award shows play music when they want you to wrap it up.
Doing that right now. Look at that. That's our wrap up music right there. It's just Finn panting. It's Finn panting.
And
you can hear him. You can hear him.
No, but I just figured that's what he's doing.
He's telling me, he's like, bro, wrap it up.
He's like, bro, you've been doing this for 3 hours, dude. I get it. You miss talking wrestling, but holy shit.
I got you, bro. I got you. Look, when he starts doing this right here, he's like,
yeah. Thank you to Sheila for telling her story. Thank you to Sheila for joining the podcast as a main character. Good to be back to talk wrestling with you boys for 3 hours.
Good to be back.
I'm not trying to make the 3-hour thing a real thing that we do, but I don't really care about time constraints. So if it ends up happening again, who gives a shit? We're the ones in charge of this shit now.
Construct, man.
No, time is a construct. So we will be back next Sunday at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock live every week.
Okay.
And that's it, y'all.
See you next week, you fucking
Keep it
mark.
kinky.
Keep it kinky. I forgot my tagline.
I forgot it too for a second. I was like, oh shit.